What is up, my beautiful gemstones? I accidentally hit the button, but it's okay. Welcome to Friday night's live intuitive oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. So amazing to see you guys here. Jim's camera at dawn. Love that name. Blue Crossroads, what's up, love bug? Miss Paranormal, Pixie, good evening. I hope you guys are doing so well. I ordered myself a new deck, but it won't be here till tomorrow. So next week, we're going to have another Dark Goddess deck, this one called Dark Goddesses. And then in a couple weeks, I'm going to have a more masculine deck that's aimed a little bit at the men. Like I have a lot of feminine decks. So it's been a good week. I have one more freeze-dried sour Skittles. So give me a second. Okay. By the way, freeze-dried candy, so good. Sour Skittles are my favorite candy in the world. They're really good. I couldn't find the Skittles brand. So I want to thank everybody one more time for all the birthday love. I had over 600 happy birthdays and birthday love posts on Facebook, which was crazy to me that so many people took the time to wish me happy birthday. The gifts, the monetary donations, the cards, and just you guys posting like underneath the videos, like happy birthday. Guys, it did so much for my spirit. It really, really did. And I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I had a really amazing dinner with my friends. Then Monday night, I had dinner with my husband and RJ, and it's just been a great birthday. The best one I've had in many years. Not that spending time with my family in the past few years hasn't been great, but this one was really special because I felt very embraced by not only you guys, but a lot of the people like in my real life, which was crazy to me because sometimes you don't realize the blessings you have, right? So yeah, I'm going to bring in Ghost Dragons and we can just get started. There's a few people in here now, but as you know, they will trickle through. We'll probably have some new people in the next few weeks as I am now on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. A little bit at a time though. I'm not like throwing myself full blown in. I will be going live on TikTok in the coming weeks. I keep saying that, but I'm afraid to try new things, guys. All right. It took me a year and a half to get up the courage to do YouTube shorts. So we're working on it. I got 2 emails about sponsorships and brand deals, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to be doing some big name podcasts. My book, Gone Mysterious Disappearance, Volume 5, it didn't quite get to bestseller, but it got #1 new release within the first 8 hours in the Kindle edition. So for me, that's tremendous. I actually got a royalty payment this time. I get them every 6 months, and if the sales don't equal $100, I have to wait till the next payment. So the payments come the first week of March, first week of September. I actually I'm getting a royalty payment. You guys are amazing. Up to the donations so much that I'm really not as bad off financially as I was before I started really being honest with you guys and expressing, what that means to me. So I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I wish I could physically express how grateful I am just for all the support and encouragement and for you guys being in my life. Thank you, Miss Pixie. Thank you, everybody. Chillin' Charlie, what is up? I have an itch on my back. Hold on. I'm sorry. This wig itches my back. I got a new pink wig too, the same one, but I buy like a new one every 3 months because they get a little ratty because I wear them outside. I forgot to put it on, so I'm wearing the old raggedy one, but it's all right. New England Dirt Rodeo. All right, everyone chill. The man of the hour is here. The other man of the hour. What's up, Roger? So guys, here's how we're going to do this tonight real quick before I bring in the Ghost Dragons. If you're a member, we're doing it like we regularly do it. If you're not a member and you want a reading, pop that $2 into PayPal or Cash App, that $4 super chat or super sticker. But when you do that, if you donate through PayPal or Cash App, put the $sign up or let us know in some way that you paid so that we don't skip over you. If you can't pay, won't pay, don't want to pay, aren't in a position to pay, but you really, really want a reading, hang out, because anyone who can't afford or doesn't want to pay for one, you will get one at the end. This is a gift. It's not something I want to charge for right now in my life. I have to. So I'm not turning anyone away. You just have to wait till last. But that's how we're doing it. Carly, so good to see you. Thank you for coming in. All right, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. I know what you guys are really waiting to see. There he is.
Okay, there I am. I'm off my mute. Hello, folks. How y'all doing? She's a jammin' Jimmy.
I am. I had a good couple of days emotionally. And
Good.
as you can probably tell, I'm back to my long clickety nails. They were so uncomfortable when I first put them on because I haven't worn long nails in so long, but I do like going like this. I like the noise.
Nice to see them
We
back.
are covering Elisa Lam, by the way,
Right.
on Monday. Okay. I'm taking it right out of the Gone book, you know, adding a little of my usual flair to it, but it's as it's written in Gone 5. I don't know how I'm going to name it because anything with the name Elisa Lam is immediately demonetized on YouTube as a conspiracy theory. So it might be like, you know,
The lady in the tank.
the late or you know, the water tank case. This, it might just be titled the Cecil Hotel Deaths at the Cecil, something like that, but you can't use her name. Kirby's, what is up? Thank you guys. All right, why don't we just jump in, get started. Again, guys, $2 PayPal or Cash App. You don't have to pay. You don't have to get a reading. Just hang out with us. But let us know what you're doing because it makes keeping the list a lot easier. We're not offended if you don't want a reading. We love that you hang out anyway. We're not upset if you can't or won't pay the $2. We want you to hang out anyway. So just let us know what's going on because it gets confusing at the end and we end up skipping people. When Jarvis comes in, I want to do him right away to make up for last week. I just had to quit last week. I was energetically drained. But I did promise him he's first this week. He's going to say, don't worry about it, but I am worried about it and I'm going to do it. Multifaceted Jules, what is up, girl? I saw a pair of earrings. I'm sending your box out Monday, but I saw a pair of earrings that are so you. I'm ordering them. They're going to take about a week to get here. I'm going to send those out too. So you're going to get 2 packages for me. The box you ordered first and these earrings, Jules, you have to have them. So we're getting them for you. Sandy Schmidt. Oh my gosh. Welcome. So Sandy is someone who found me, who found the channel, who found the Gemma crew from Michigan UFO. And we've been texting a little bit. You guys know my schedule is crazy and how I am with text, but I'm going to be helping Sandy. I'm going to call you Sandy, if that's okay. It's spelled Sandy, but it's just hard to say that. I've struggled with a lisp and a stutter my entire life, so forgive me. We're working through some things. So she is another very, very gifted empath with very real abilities that are only just now activating in her life. Carly, I'm pretty sure I read for you last week, but I wouldn't be able to tell you when. What we do normally is like if someone's here and they paid or they're a member and we know they want a reading, we'll do the reading and just timestamp them if they're not back by the end of the show. If you have any kind of internet issues, if you keep getting disconnected, let us know and we'll be sure to write the time down of your reading. But I did read for you last week. Carl, what's up, girl? Yes, Blue Crossroads says, Sandy Schmidt, welcome, and just dive right in. The water is fine. Sandy is my guest tonight. It is her first night here, so she will be receiving a reading to see what it's all about. I told her to come in as my invited guest. Hopefully, Mom will be here. Oh, Jules, no, like, I was literally told to, like, you have to have them. I don't mean like, girl, these are so cute, you have to have them. I was told like you have to have them, but I didn't want to wait the extra week to send the box out. So you get the box and then the earrings. It's just a little trinket, but they are so you. I didn't get to hang the tapestry up yet because I depended on Ray to do that because I don't have tools and I don't know how to do it. But thank you for the beautiful tapestry and the deck. I do have the deck out today. Jarvis says I'm here and don't worry about it. Yeah, but I felt really bad because you were like the only person I turned away. But several people didn't get readings last week because I didn't know if they paid or didn't pay. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Just let us know what's going on. Carly, yeah, go back and check it out. It is kind of long, but you can skim through and just wait till you hear your name. But I do remember reading for you. I'm 99.9% sure. Oh, what has he got up his sleeve? Oh, let me show you guys while he's doing that. So my mom told me I better wear this stuff this week because she bought it for me. So this is a lava stone necklace, which she didn't know what this was. She thought it was some kind of crystal. It's a lava stone necklace that, I don't know if you guys know with lava stones, you put a little bit of essential oil on one of the stones, it'll spread, and it's a scented necklace. I don't have anything on it yet because it would be too strong. I'm very sensitive to strong smells. And it has clear quartz and black tourmaline that I can take off and just wear the lava necklace or just wear one or the other. I've got this sea sediment jasper ring. It's like a mermaid with the little tail, also kind of fishy for Pisces, and my birthstone aquamarine bracelet. It's beautiful, but it's very delicate. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. And then my sister got me this Pisces ring. Divine Empathic got me this sodalite bracelet. So I'm decked out tonight, guys. All right. Ghost, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. Carly did not get read.
Okay.
Only because we called her twice and we weren't sure about timestamps. So
Carly will make sure.
You usually let 5 timestamps. So I let you call the timestamps.
So I guess I'm sorry about that. I thought we did because I remember your name. So listen, Carly, if you have any disconnections, if you have to leave for any reason, let us know. You're a member. Therefore, we're going to read for you. We'll write the time down and put it in the comments. That goes for everybody, guys. All right. Okay. So let's do this. I am so amped up from eating all that candied sugar. I know Netter's going to yell at me for that, but whatever. All right. Who's first?
Blue's
up?
First. Blue's
all
first.
Right. Sir Blue.
Sir Blue.
Jarvis, nice. Congratulations. That's a really good thing, right? Carly, thank you so much. I appreciate
Carly,
the understanding.
You're 3 people after this, hon. Okay.
It gets kind of crazy. It gets, if you knew, like I tell people all the time, while I'm doing these readings, sometimes I don't even see the screen in front of me. There's, beings and entities and your spirit team that I'm pulling in. There's a lot going on behind this computer camera that you guys aren't aware of. And that's why a lot of the time I'll look over and make a weird face, or you'll see me like concentrating really hard. I'm telling them, line up. You don't belong here. It's not your turn. You go over there. Who's together? Who's with who? I'm literally having these conversations in my head while also doing this. So we're going to use for Blue my brand new Spirit Animal Oracle deck that I got as a birthday gift from Miss Jules. It is a beautiful deck. The way that they did the images. Oh my gosh. All right. Miss Pixie, you are next, madam. Yep, I do. Sometimes it's like handling little kids. You have to be like, line up, go into the crawl space and don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, get out, go, you have to, because they will overrun me, because when I do these readings, I am wide open, meaning anything within like a 3-mile radius is going to know that and see it and come. So it gets crazy. All right. Aw, you got the panda card of balance. Do you see how they like expose the picture? It's hard to see with this, but like the crow, see how they did that? I love the images of this deck. It's just so beautiful. I was drawn to it immediately. Okay. Panda. Blue Crossroads. The spirit of the panda is coming in your cards to remind you that balance is important in your life. Like the yin-yang symbol, the black and white fur of the panda represents equilibrium. Do you feel empty or ungrounded, anxious or exhausted? Overworking is not better than procrastinating. Hyperactivity is not better than laziness. Everything is a question of balance. Maintaining a balanced life is like building a house of cards. Every part has to support the others in an equal way, or the whole structure will eventually wobble and collapse. Intellectual, physical, playful, serious, social, alone, spiritual, and down to earth, being all of these is not contradictory. They're just complementary and necessary in order to sustain each other. If you've been too focused on one activity lately, you may benefit from varying the different aspects of your life. By exploring all facets of existence, you will feel much more balanced and much more grounded. Message from the panda: find balance between the different facets of life. So this isn't a bad thing. This isn't your team like lecturing you. Like there's like, we're not mad. You're doing an amazing job. But right now, it's instead of in a balance, and you're a Libra, so you need balance, faux show. But instead of a balanced scale, you're kind of in a juggling act, which is working for you right now, right? But I feel like in the next couple of weeks, you're going to become not disillusioned. That's not the right word. I think just like, okay, you're going to need a break from something or someone. Hey, dearest. And that's perfectly okay to, if you're upset about something, this is about like facing those emotions, facing that energy instead of like throwing yourself into work, I do feel like you bottle some things up a lot. I mean, we all do, but I feel like if you would just, the strong silent type, I know, but I feel like you need to focus more on having fun. I know you do things, you're very organized and together. And that's one of the things I love so much about you. But I feel like you need a little flexibility in your schedule. Sometimes there might be an opportunity coming in for you to not do something you had planned for that day and go and do something wild and crazy and fun. This is just about having a good time because you're doing basically everything by the book, how you're supposed to, how you planned, you're on point, you're on time, you're doing great. But it's just, you're missing out on fun, just having fun. And I don't mean like, for me, reading a book is fun, right? I read books for fun. I always have. This is like getting out there, being around people, and having fun and finding the balance between being Mr. Responsible all the time and maybe throwing caution to the wind a little bit, at least in one particular situation. Mommy, how are you? I was just showing off all the jewelry you got me. My aquamarine bracelet, my lava necklace, which I love. I've worn it every day so far. And of course, the beautiful, beautiful sea sediment jasper mermaid ring. And I also have the Pisces ring Carol gave me. So Dwayne Wiggins, I know I saw that today. How old do you feel knowing that Dwayne from Tony died? Feels good to know that you'll always be around. All right, Miss Pixie, we're going to use the Oracle of Shadow and Light. Mom, when you're ready to go, Mama, just let me know. Thank you. I feel good tonight. High energy. Oh, good. Blue. Good. So there's some event coming up. I know you guys probably don't care, but I thought it was interesting after the Super Bowl when Kendrick Lamar, what he did to Drake. So now someone is offering Drake the chance to perform at a big, I was just reading it. That's why it kind of popped into my head. All right. Miss Pixie, you got the dried flower fairy. Sweet memories, card number 11. This darling little fairy just loves to collect memories and to treasure them, wearing them as garlands, their sweet faded fragrance reminding her of happy times. Hey, Cowie! She helps you by collecting all of your happy, sweet memories and keeping them from fading too. She has wings that resemble the wonderful monarch butterfly, which is renowned for the vast distances it can travel. So these memories may be of very long ago, down through the ages, but they are still able to fly to you and reach you with their messages of love and sweetness wherever you currently find yourself. Miss Pixie, when you experience a difficult and challenging time, the dried flower fairy flies to your side, shows you a moment that you had forgotten, and magically the present moment will transform. You will always have her with you, most especially in the times when those sweet memories seem further away. She will come to you and she will remain with you. Expect calls out of the blue, bumping into old friends, a photograph of a loved one, or a reminder of happiness coming to you in other sweet and serendipitous ways. The dried flower fairy speaks. Do you remember that time when you played with the fairies in the garden? Do you remember when your imaginary friend was more real than your own parents? What about the first time you ever noticed your shadow quivering in the light, swam in the sparkling sea, held hands or exchanged glances with someone you liked more than just friends? When you were given a gift for no reason, when you were hugged by a friend, when you had what was to you a perfect day, found messages from angels in the clouds. Pixie, you seem to have forgotten all the precious moments, so I've been busy gathering them up for you. I now return them to you so your sadness can be transformed. Let happiness, bliss, and gifts for no reason become possibilities you believe in again. Hey, Mark. Hey, Divine. Anyone else I missed? When I see you smile and treasure a moment from the past and the present, I know my work has been done. Divination message. You may soon be experiencing little reminders of some of the sweetest, most fun and uplifting times in your life, the kind that have no great quote-unquote significance historically, but in the story that is your life, they are pivotal moments. It could be seeing a rainbow, a star shining bright, or a photograph of someone holding you closely in their arms, receiving the knowledge and sudden realization that something you did made a large and meaningful difference in someone else's life. The magic of your sweetest memories will be worked into the present moment, and your current struggle will be momentarily relieved, and that transcendent feeling of being one with all that is will return, giving you the strength to go on and do what must be done. So, Pixie, this is kind of a lower vibrational. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I feel like depression, not like clinically. I just feel like, oh man, what they're actually showing me is something I've been going through a lot lately with turning 42 last week. I have been crying a lot just hearing certain songs or just these memories, right? Like my one son is 20 years old. And I remember being that age and being with his dad and my mom calling us Bonnie and Clyde because we were always scheming on the run doing something. You know, what are we selling today? Where are we going? We were crazy and we were kids. And then I blinked and now I'm 42 years old. That's kind of the energy of this. It's not that you're like totally depressed, like despondent, but you are experiencing some sadness in some nostalgia. Maybe the same thing, maybe not, you know, that I was just talking about, like realizing like, oh my gosh, you know, I blinked and I'm not 25 anymore. And it's so strange. Miss Pixie, in the next couple of weeks, it is very, very possible that someone looks you up on social media that you have not seen, maybe even in decades, but a very long time at the very least. Somebody calls you, you happen to run into somebody from your past is entering. I feel like it's going to be, okay, I feel like it's going to be bittersweet for you because the memories of this person are wonderful memories, okay? But it's bringing you back to a time you may get this feeling I'm having is like over nostalgia, like not just being happy in the memory, but being so incredibly sad that you can't relive it, right? That you can't go back there. I love risotto. What's up, Blatro? All right, cool. Yeah, just make sure you come back, okay? Pixie, what this card is saying is like you've had so many great moments, and despite anything you might be going through now of feeling alone or sad or unsure about something, go back to those times when you felt vibrant and loved, even supported. I'm still seeing something very big for you out of the realm of what is possible in your mind right now. It's something to do with you on a platform, meaning some kind of social media, or maybe going to an actual place and standing like on a stage. I just see you teaching and giving energy. I don't think you're on that direct path anymore. Something shifted here, but it is still over on the side how I'm seeing it. So, you know, think about how important you are now. Here we go. To certain people and how much you put into what you do every day. Try to build yourself up. And I feel like this person from the past is going to help with that, but don't expect them to be like a long-term, you know, I feel like this is kind of like, we're going to be friends again and it's going to be great, but then we're going to be long distance friends again. This person should remain in your life for a very long time, but they may not physically be there. Kind of like an online friendship, but with someone you've known for a long time. Pixie, you have so much to offer the world right now. You have so much wisdom, beauty, grace. People really look up to you and want to hear the things that you have to say and want to hear your ideas and hear about your life. So that means something. Give yourself credit where credit is due and stop seeking validation from people who are never, ever going to give it. I don't know where that came from left field, but there it is. Who's next? I know, baby. I don't want to ask about your personal medication publicly like this, but I do wonder about that. Like, you know, can you get something to ease that? That's what those medications are for. But we can talk in private someday. You don't have to answer that. I'm just, the first, guys, I'm a recovering addict. The first thing I go to is like painkillers, right? Like maybe that's not what's happening here. All right, who's next?
Okay. New England's going to hold. So, Carly, you still here?
Carly.
Answer, please.
Well, sometimes they are in a delay, so give her a minute.
I know.
Yeah, I just feel like I wish, you know, even with like the Reiki. All right, girl, I see you. I'm using Oracle of Visions, sound healing, like something, you know, but I do feel like if your energy is very low and like kind of a depressed, even like nostalgic, sad states, that pain is not helping. Oh my God. He's frozen. The pain isn't helping with that. And I feel like if you can minimize the pain, you can bounce back to being your regular self. New England Jet Roadie, I can't. I've tried. My doctor actually told me to do that to help with cravings. I am the most paranoid, giggliest, falling down the steps person. All right, Miss Carly, we have Oracle of Visions. Mom, I pulled out, hey, Josephine, the lantern deck just for you. No, I know what you meant. I'm just thinking to myself, ugh. To each his own, though. I don't judge people who do. You're welcome, sweetie. Okay, so you got card number 44. There's no titles on the card, but it is beautiful. Guys, don't forget, support the YouTube shorts. I've been doing a lot of them lately. And the 1 minute weeklies that I've been doing and the monthly generals, they are now up to 3 minutes. So you get more information each week. I've been working with someone who knows a lot about algorithm, and he told me if it's less than a minute, it's kind of a throwaway. Shorts, yeah, but like the longer you can make them, the better. And YouTube gives you up to 3 minutes. All right, Miss Carly, this is the card of unison, common goals, shared values, at one with others. It's probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. This card shows us a sense of belonging. We are one with our surroundings and our relationships with others. We can move together with a common direction and purpose. Our presence is accepted and it's welcome. A young girl glides effortlessly through a gated lake in the companionship of a great group of swans. Their speed and direction in unison, they become of one mind. They symbolize finding new friends or a group who shares similar ideas. There is a strong affinity with other like-minded souls. Be wary of becoming just one of many. At some point, their actions, their direction, and their pace may not be the same as yours. Where they are leading may not be the right path for you. So, Carly, I do feel like you're moving into something new, right? So this could be long shorts. Exactly. This could be like finding a group of people, even here, like online, right? Use this for example. You found this group, and then like maybe things that are said here, and this is just an example. It doesn't have to be about this group. Just take it as it resonates. So the things that are being said here, the things you're coming to understand and learn about yourself and maybe the universe and all these, you know, these are new ideas for you. I feel like they may not mesh well with particular certain people in your life. Some people aren't going to care. Some people are going to support you. And some people are going to be like, you know, I've been called a witch. I've been called a necromancer. I've been called a demon possessed person. So some people just don't understand it. And they don't have to. It means it's not in their path yet. But Carly, what this card is saying is, you know, you have to decide what's best for you. You can't keep making decisions, no matter what it's about, based on what other people are going to think. I spoke to someone recently I'm very close to, and they've been married. I don't want to get too personal because I don't want people to know who it is, but they've been married 20 years, right? And the relationship has become very toxic. They're both nasty to each other. Both of them like want out, but none of them wants to admit they want out. And I said to this person, like, you're just worried about people saying, oh my God, I can't believe she left him, or oh my God. Instead of being like, I want to wake up every day happy, right? I want to wake up every day not just surviving, right? Who wants to wake up every day just to keep their head above water? That's not the point of being here. And I feel like anyone that's going to criticize any new ideas, again, whether it's regarding this community or not, maybe it's time to start reevaluating the roles certain people play in your life. Carly, there are people that you need to enforce strong boundaries with and get yourself away from because they are holding back not only your physical growth, but your spiritual growth. Stuck in the riff. And, you know, that's perfectly understandable and perfectly ordinary, to be honest, because we get comfortable in those riffs. We get comfortable in abuse sometimes. We're just so used to it. It becomes our everyday, and then it is what it is. And we forget how amazing things are outside of that abusive relationship or that toxic boss. You know, we forget what it's like to have a real partner or a mature, responsible boss running the company we work for. We forget this is you breaking out of that kind of echo chamber of people that are like, well, just say it's romantic or just stay with him. You know, it's very secure stay with him for the kids, whatever people are telling you. You have got to put aside that very cringy feeling. And I think we all hate, most of us hate, of people looking at us and questioning our actions. Like, I'm not going to leave my husband who beats me, not me. This is an example, because I don't want my mom to be angry. right? Or like, I'm not going to confront my sister who slept with my husband because it's going to cause problems in the family. Or it's just going to be too hard to pack up all my stuff and move. This is the universe telling you your eyes are being opened to spirit, to way more things than what the people around you think, what the people around you say. And you really, really, in the next couple of weeks, have to be true to the desires of your own heart, or you're going to be led astray off your path, and it is not going to end well for you. Mindset actions to release burden of trauma. Yes. And when we're in toxicity in any area of our life, and I told you guys, I learned this last week when my counselor said to me, Gemma, you wake up every day and are re-traumatized over and over again. And I'm like, no, he's like, I don't pay attention to it. They're like, but your spirit does. Your spirit feels it. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with you, where you really don't want to upset anyone. You don't want to cause any, create any waves or cause any stirs. But at the same time, you feel stifled. And that's because you're ready for more. Your spirit is expanding. This is so incredibly exciting. You might start having some paranormal activity around you to a low degree, nothing terrifying, maybe, but I don't think so. Just like, it's just your senses opening up to what's out there beyond what we can physically see. Who's next?
Jules is next, but did she ever answer you back?
I believe Jules is here. Julie girl, let us know you're here, hon. If not, please just write down the time. I don't want to put anyone to the side tonight because I don't want to forget about anyone.
Fine.
But if they're paid up or they're members, we'll just timestamp them to the side. So Jules, for you, I'm using Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. You are so welcome, Carly. Thank you so much. Mom, don't forget, let me know when you're ready, okay? I don't want you to leave without your reading. I had so much fun last Saturday. I was telling everybody. It was so great. You know what was funny? I see you, girl. What's so funny is my friend May made the reservation. And when we pulled up to the restaurant, I said something about like my mom. And she's like, oh, that's cool. When are you seeing her? And I forgot, like, reservation means a set number of people. And I'm thinking, it's not only my mom, it's my friend Nicole and my sister I invited. So we had 3 extra people. So the reservation went from 5 people to 8 people. Luckily, they were like, whatever, no big deal. I was like, oh my God, because I don't make reservations. Like, where do I go? Everyone was so sweet. My friends split my check as my gift, which was a real gift with like each margarita being like $32. So I was so grateful just to have that time. And best birthday. Oh. All right, Mama, I got you. Let me do Jules, and then you will be after her. Don't stay up too late. Oh, okay. This card has been coming out a lot in the personals, and your personal should be done this coming week by the end of the week because you're up there on my list. I rotate it every month, so everyone gets their reading at a different time, so nobody gets always last, always first. All right, so you got the dragon, the card of treasure, card number 4, and it is a deep card. We're missing Batmom. We're missing Smoochie Girl. Divine Empathic, just so you know, the deck you got me is used for personals now. It's like an extra card, and I'm also using it for the 3-minute shorts. So don't think I'm excluding your deck. It's just better for the quick readings and the personals, just like the horror deck that Nutslap got me. So, all right, Miss Jules, know what you treasure. Change is natural. Holding on to what is impossible long term. Protect what is important to you. Set proper boundaries, and trouble might avoid you. Be strategic. Think ahead. Be brave. You can triumph if you try. Aunt Edna, did Aunt Edna come in? Oh no, we're missing Aunt Edna. Summon her. Everyone say Aunt Edna 3 times. Perhaps one of the most well-known creatures of the darkness across many world cultures is the dragon. From ancient Sumeria, Japan, China, Korea, right across to Egypt and the Middle East, across Europe, through the Bible, and even Sufi poetry, they all have dragon lore. While they may be described differently depending on where you're from, dragons almost always have a serpentine form, are large, tailed, scaly, and often live hidden in places like caves, deep pools, or inside of mountains. Asiatic and Middle Eastern dragons are the most like great serpents, sometimes with legs, sometimes without, and are often strategic and intelligent in their mythos. Chinese dragons are beautiful and are considered aligned with the element of rain and bringers of good fortune. The European dragon is most often winged, can breathe fire or spit venom, and has often been the target of heroes who kill them in order to win a prize, overcome something, complete a given task, or recover or steal the dragon's hoard of treasure. It is this aspect of their mythos that is intriguing. Dragons can be seen as both gatekeepers and protectors of treasure, meaning what is valued. You guys are so funny. At the same time, sometimes the dragon collects the shimmering gold and jewels for themselves simply because it's beautiful to them, and sometimes the treasure is being guarded for a purpose, good or bad, yet the dragon must be overcome for the hero to be rewarded with some of the treasure. In the Norse sagas, there is a wonderful story of a hero who makes his money by working out various ways to sneak past sleeping dragons. In the English saga Beowulf, a slave steals a single cup from a dragon's hoard, and the dragon knows of it and begins to raze the city around it. Beowulf takes 12 warriors with him to slay the dragon, but, when they see it, all but one runs. Beowulf battles the dragon, but his sword shatters and he is mortally injured, but he and the dragon are dying. He tells the one warrior who stayed that he must bury the majority of the dragon's treasure, lest the cowardly soldiers come back to claim it, and he and the dragon die, both without the treasure. Both terrible and beautiful dragon magic is still strong today. So many films and games still mention dragons, and the motif appears on flags for sports teams and in popular culture everywhere. More likely now than ever, dragons are increasingly seen as benevolent, intelligent, and often wronged by humans. So, plant companion orchid, crystal companion emeralds. Okay, so y'all know who I'm reading for. This is actually very interesting. All right. Really quick, divine. Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. I just charged it up. I love sodalite. It's a wonderful stone to work with. And I love the blue. So you guys all did so amazing. And above and beyond, for real. All right. So this card is saying, like, it's your self-doubt, and you know this for sure. It's your self-doubt and your self-esteem that are stopping you from achieving a lot of things in life. Not just things you can see, like not just, for example, starting your own business, painting, just throwing something out there for an example. Not only the things you can see that you want, that you're looking to achieve and gain, but things you're not even aware of yet, that only your subconscious and your spirit are aware of. You are stifled right now by your own inactivity. And the reason you have, hey, Heather, that inactivity is because you're doubting yourself too much. Now, I don't have personally advice on how to get you to stop doing that. But what I can tell you is that your spirit team is really urging you to step outside of your comfort zone in regards to achievement, right? This isn't talking about if you're uncomfortable with someone in your house, you let them in anyway, right? This is talking about you personally, your personal goals and achievements. Now, another thing I will say to you is not everyone who's a friend is actually a friend. You have several, I want to say creepers, but they're not like stalking creepers. They're just like, I'm just seeing a bunch of bad intentions, and this surrounds you constantly. That is your empathic energy attracting them. I'm going to teach you how to shut that down, so it'll be far less. You're never going to get rid of it completely, but I've got a plan. For now, though, in the next couple of weeks, be very, very mindful. And this is your message almost every week. This is the part of your message. Very, very mindful of how your spirit sits with people. It doesn't matter if you can explain the reasoning for your uncomfortability around somebody. It doesn't matter if you have evidence that someone's a bad person that you can show. You don't need receipts to explain what your instinct and intuition are telling you. But you do have to pull the courage from somewhere to be able to tell people, no, I'm not, I don't want to pursue that friendship. Or, you know what, probably not going to hang out, and they're going to look at you like you're an a-hole or you're a B-word, but who cares? You want them gone anyway. That's the thing. Why do we care if someone we don't even want in our life thinks we're a jerk? I know why, because I do it too. God forbid, not everyone loves me. it's like, heartbreak, but you really have to be careful because the types of people around you are very, very, what's up, Nomeo? Oh, Divine, you're so sweet. The people around you are very, very shady. I don't know why you're constantly surrounded by people like this. I think it's, again, your empathic energy, wanting to help, wanting to reach out. But you have to contain that. Sometimes offering help isn't always a good thing, because if you don't have a cap on how much you'll give as a giver, takers have no cap on how much they'll take. Keep this in mind in the next couple of weeks. And I really, as your friend, but your team is saying it too, stand up for your instinct and intuition. I just am not comfortable going out to eat with you. Or, I'm really not the talk on the phone for hours type person. Find an excuse. And if that don't work, ghost them. And don't be afraid to call the authorities if necessary. And that's all I'm going to say. All right, Mom. I have the Lantern Oracle, which I haven't used in a while, but I specifically pulled this deck out for you. I don't know why your spirit, I just spit all over. Your spirit team really wanted you to. Aw, Blue Crossroads. That's right, the 11th. The 11th, right? Oh, Black Dragon. He's been commenting on my shorts, but I guess I wouldn't have heard from him lately because I don't do lives unless, like, I'm in the live. All right, Mommy dearest. He'll probably be in, Divine. Mom, this is just, wow. All right, Mother, you got the card of Metamorphosis. For those of you who don't know, the person in the stream named Mom is my actual biological mom. She's not good with, like, keeping up with the chat. So if you say hi to her or talking to her and she doesn't answer, it's just she either didn't see it or she's not typing fast enough. Mom, Metamorphosis, card number 11. Great number, by the way. The second time it came out tonight. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Mom, while many forces, circumstances, and events significantly impact, constrain, and direct our lives, we still have many choices to make. The trick is to recognize where they are and deliberately choose, and therefore shape the overall transformative outcome we experience. The nature of life is an ongoing invitation, and at times challenges us to participate in its perpetual metamorphosis. Creative perception, critical thinking, authentic action, and courage can assist us in making the most of the choices available to us. Sandy, I see you, girl. Our decisions are how we adapt and come to our own and know ourselves through any significant change that is not of our choosing. So, Sandy, what we do is we go in order of when the person came in. You should be coming up pretty soon. Mom, the maiden holds a key that illuminates her surroundings. She is pointing the key toward her chest where she believes the lock to be. However, her conscious attention and desire are not enough to find the keyhole and unlock her way into all that is within. The maiden requires assistance to discover the full spectrum of who she is. This is the same for everyone. Like the maiden, we all hold the key to ourselves and simultaneously remain in need of an interdependent relationship with other people, places, and situations to assist us in accessing the full terrain of our spirit self. The maiden supports you through a time of asking for help and accepting it from those who are genuinely of pure source, love, and light. May you allow yourself the time to seek out these knowledgeable and willing to assist you in learning how to access and embody your full power and purpose. Throughout your journey of self-discovery, remember to practice discernment and trust your intuition on whether someone, a situation, a thing, a place is safe and right for you at this moment in time. Always receive with gratitude and love that which is wholeheartedly and transparently given to you. Maiden's message: attention is your key to everywhere and everything. Spirit self is accessed through the experience of being in harmonious communion with the world, situations, and others. Your external reality is both the reflection of and the aperture into your inner portal. To know who you are is to experience yourself in relation to what it seems you are not. So, Mom, there's a lot here, okay? The first thing that jumped out at me is you got one of the maiden cards. So there's maiden, mother, crone. Maiden, young woman, virginal, up until she gets married and starts having kids. That's when we become the mother. Then as we grow older and our kids grow older, we become kind of empty nesters. We are the crone. This card is a maiden card, and normally that wouldn't be extremely significant, but it is in this case because it's kind of like you've regressed. You've been stifled for so very long that there's a chance right now that you're kind of going overboard with all the things you felt like you couldn't do. Do you know what I mean? It's like a kid that has never been able to have candy. And then finally, when they turn 13, their parents let them have candy and they eat so much they get sick. But then the next day they do the same thing because they really enjoyed the candy. You're almost not, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, and I want you to listen to the whole thing before you jump on me. It's like you're almost not thinking of consequences now. You don't have anyone to answer to. You have no one to be accountable to. And that's great. You're a grown-ass woman. You don't need to be being accountable to anyone. You know that I care for you. You have daughters. You have family that care for you. So you're not alone. I feel though like you're on a journey of exploration of all the things you felt that your life has lacked. But I think the problem is there's two parts of you here, right? There's a part of you that really wants to I'm just going to use examples because I don't know exactly what the two things are in your specific instance, but it's like, say a part of you really wants to settle down and find love and travel the world, right? I know you don't want to travel the world, specifically do not want to do that, but I'm using it as an example. But this other part of you wants to kind of be wild and free and crazy and not have to answer to anyone. And it's like, you've got to really look deep inside yourself to see which side of the aisle you want to stand on. Also, make sure that you're not, make sure that you're not slipping into bad habits that are going to kind of stifle you from being able to move forward in other areas. But right now, I feel like you're just having fun. There's a lot of confusion that I'm seeing in your brain, and I kind of know what that's about, but not fully, because we haven't talked in a while. But I know one thing that's very confusing and hurtful for you. But here's the deal. Just because one thing didn't work out, like say you got a really great job and it was paying you tons of money, but it only lasted 8 months. And then suddenly now you have no job. That doesn't mean you don't ever go out and get a good job again. That doesn't mean you don't keep striving and trying and working your hardest to get that job, a new job. It just means like that sucks. It's devastating, but time to move on to something bigger and better. It's the same with romantic relationships. Just because one doesn't work out and someone turned out to be a total jerk doesn't mean you don't pursue more. I feel like you have a lot of confidence issues with putting yourself out there. But the universe is saying this is like prime time for you, Mom, to get out there and to meet people. The only warning we're giving you here, I see little chocolate fingers on my buttons. RJ must have been playing. The only warning that I'm giving you here is don't be so trusting. Like, you have to feel strong enough, and most people don't, because I tell people, I have to give this message all the time to people, and I have to tell myself all the time. It does not matter if someone doesn't like you because you told them that something they said didn't make sense, or, that you feel a certain way. You are allowed to act on instinct. And if your instinct tells you something is wrong, it doesn't matter the words the other person is telling you or the other people are telling you. People will show you who they are with actions. Love is a verb. It's an action word. Love is something you do. Yes, it's a feeling, but it's more something you do. Because someone can say, I love you all day, every day. But if they just sit there saying, I love you and not doing anything, they don't really love you. Stop being so trusting. It's like, you're this crazy, I will beat your butt. I told you someone was messing with me and you said you were going to like throat punch her. Like, you are a tough woman. But in this one particular area, it's like, you're just a softie. Like, you want so badly for something to be true. So you're doing actually the Pisces thing where you're making it true in your mind, but the reality isn't matching. Don't be afraid to be as strong in this one area, in all areas of your life, to say, you know what? I call BS on you. You need to, and that person, if they care about you, no matter what the situation is, they will turn around and prove to you that what they're saying is real or true. Or they'll be accountable, apologize, and you can decide if you want to move forward. If you know someone's jerking you around, it's okay to say that. they're the a-hole in the situation for jerking you around, not you for being treated that way. All right? All right. Who's next?
Samby's next. Look at private chat.
House on Gemma's message. Huh? You saw my mom's house? No, Ghost. I did not see that happen. Trust actions, not words. I've done so many videos and TikToks, probably. All right. Who's next? I'm sorry you did say it, but I didn't hear.
Samby, your friend.
Sandy, okay. I thought you said Bambi for some reason.
No, Samby. It's Samby. Samby Schmidt. Sorry. I can't talk, so I'll just shut up.
All right, we're going to use the Halloween Oracle. Yeah, Nomeo, do you ever, do you have, I know it's going to probably sound like the stupidest question ever, but do you have, a home base, where you go when you're not on the road? Or do you, live in... When I was little, I always dreamed of being a long-haul trucker because I wanted to just, travel. I love being alone, sleeping in a tight little space in my truck. I can't drive a stick shift to save my life, though, so... All right, Miss Sandy, I hope you're still here. Trick or treat, mischief, and play. Gosh, I got an itch. It's in the same spot every time. You'd think these long-ass nails would scratch it. All right, there we go. Nut slap! Oh, hi, Camden. All right. Sandy, I'm going to presume you're here. If not, the timestamp will be in the comments. I can drive in Fortnite. I make it do what it do. And that's why we got a victory crown, sir. Okay? My pink Cadillac Snoop DeVille with the pink wheels.
Hey, we're the ones that got it this time.
You did get it this time, yeah. I didn't even see our opponent this time. All right, Sam D. Stalking and stomping, eyes shining and begging baskets, faces and bodies that are no longer ours, laughing skeletons, and candy caskets. Trick-or-treating is such a fun thing to do, isn't it? Yet, why do we trick-or-treat? Sam D. Ancient peoples understood that there were both mischievous and perhaps nasty spirits wandering around at nightfall at Halloween, as well as happier, more benevolent spirits. They thought that if they dressed as spirits themselves or other frightening creatures, then they would not be recognized as human and attacked. The idea of causing a little chaos as one of these quote-unquote spirits was part of the imitation and the enjoyment of the night. The practice in medieval Britain was aptly called souling. Today, trick-or-treating is a huge event. We spend much time, money, and effort dressing up as our scariest creatures, and this has even extended to dressing up as our favorite celebrities and other pop culture idols. Instead of traditional candy apples and barmbrack, we give out a mind-boggling variety of candy. It matters not. The idea of frightening away death and darkness still stands. I believe that the modern trick-or-treating also unites communities by introducing our families and friends to those around us in a non-threatening and joyful way. Many of us do not know our neighbors, even those who live next door, and Halloween gives us an excuse not to be so reserved and extend our boundaries. Should you receive trick-or-treat, Sam D, I said Camden almost. I'm looking at Nutslap's chat. Should you receive the trick-or-treat card in your divination, it may well be a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it's worth knowing that there's a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has, at its core, a sense of irreverent fun. So, Miss Sam D, I'm kind of bummed you didn't hang around, but what this card is saying, it's another card. There's a lot to it, but the main gist of this card is you're allowing fear to overtake you. Fear being ego, edging God out, even whether you believe in God or not. Hey, okay, good. Because I feel weird sometimes when I'm like, you're allowing fear to stop you from doing a lot of things. I feel also like there's a part of you like that's trying to blend in. And that makes perfect sense if you think about your abilities, your activation. You're finally opening up and talking to people, or at least to me, about things that are going on with you that most people, or so we all think, would be like, you're crazy, you're psycho, right? I've been called those things my whole life. My own dad used to call me the R-tard word when I would start talking about things that I was seeing, right? And he still actually doesn't like it. But it's like, it is what it is. You are who you are. Stop letting fear, and this is a message from your spirit team, stop letting fear hold you back. There are things I feel like you really want to do. And you even just like learning, I don't know what this is, but like even like I see like going to the library and getting a book or looking something up online, there's a fear that's keeping you kind of stifled and like stuck in limbo, really. This part of you that wants to be normal, right? And, blend in with everybody in your life and not have these things going on, versus the part of you that knows that you simply can't do that. You're like me. You've had this ability since you were born. And there's a reason for that. You're finally starting to connect it. You're connecting to spirit. You're connecting to a group of people. I'm telling you, the people in this chat are the best people you'll ever meet on the internet. Everyone who comes in says it. Okay. Sandy, it's time for you to get on the path of achieving your soul's purpose. Okay. You've done everything for everyone your whole life. You've given and you've given and you've given, and people have taken and taken and taken. And some people reciprocate that energy, and a lot of people don't. They take us for granted. They take advantage of us, particularly light workers, which you are one. Because again, like I just said, there's no cap on our giving, but takers don't have a cap on taking either. And they will drain us dry. I feel like the universe is telling you in the next couple of weeks, go where the wind blows you. Seriously. If you feel uncomfortable, with someone around you, don't be around that person, and don't be afraid to hurt their feelings. It's not you cursing someone out, right? For the most part, it's you saying to yourself, oof, I'm not comfortable around them for some reason, and then not allowing them into your space. It's okay to do that. It's also okay to walk away from people who do not understand what it is you're going through on a spiritual level. We are in the middle of a collective awakening. So many people are going through the same thing you're going through. We're out here. You just have to find us. There's no reason to be scared. And as far as entities go, which I'm going to help you maintain the negative, okay, to banish and abolish the negative and maintain the positive, because even the positive can be deadly for people like us. But like, the more you fear the negative, lower vibrational, dare I say, demonic entities, I'm having trouble even getting this out. I don't know if you guys understand that. Like, I'm losing my thought halfway through. It's very confusing. So you do have some negative attachment there. The more you feel fear in any aspect or area, even if it's like you jump because you see a spider, you are feeding the negative entities around you. This is why we have to turn everything we possibly can that's negative into a positive. And if there's simply no way to do that, then we have to fight through it. When I'm attacked by shadow beings, well, when I used to be, I'd be so scared, hyperventilating, but I would force myself to laugh and giggle. And I swear, for faceless creatures, I swear they looked confused. I haven't been attacked since I started doing this 4 years ago. Why is that? Because they're not getting fed from me. If somebody doesn't understand what you're going through, that's fine. They don't have to. People that understand are around you right now. You just have to reach out to them. Be who you are. Express yourself. I know this sounds so cliche, Sandy, but I'm really passionate about this. Do not let people other you or make you feel like you're bad or wrong. You've been through that in your life. It's time for you to shine now. And we're all here to help you do that. All right? I told you, when you text me, I'm not ignoring you. It takes me days to get back to people, but I do get back. I have my own mental, psychological stuff going on with the phones. I was in a very abusive relationship where if the phone rang, I would be beaten within an inch of my life because the person said I was signaling to someone outside to come and get him. If I received a text, I would have a phone broken over my head. I'm very anxious around phones. So bear with me on that. I know being a professional, I really do have to overcome that, but it's just me trying to overcome it. So that's for everybody. Oh, Netter, you always get a reading. What are you talking about? All right, Jarvis.
If he's here, he hasn't answered.
Well, I owe him a reading, so I'm going to do him anyway. Just
that's
if
fine.
you can do the time.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Sometimes, Nutslap, I do. I went years without talking to anyone. Like, I had a cell phone that no one called. I shut everybody out for 5 years. My little guy brought me back to life. He's the reason I'm here with y'all. He's the reason, you know, all my boys. Their forgiveness and patience with me is literally a blessing. It's something that isn't natural, like from this world. It's a gift that I was given. But I text you back. If you call me, you're not going to get through because only like 10 people get through my block. And those are like emergency contact numbers. My kids, my parents, Ghost, my sister, my husband.
She was calling.
All right, Jarvis. Tennille. Tennille gets through. The school. Fire. The Ace of Fire. The card of illumination. All right. Batmom, I literally said that in the beginning of the stream. Yeah, no, and I never will, Netter. I never, ever will. I cringe so bad. It takes me like 45 minutes to prepare for a video call with a paying client. I panic. Everyone has insecurities. I think people that look a certain way, other people think they don't have insecurity or, you know, confidence issues, self-worth issues. I have them just like everybody else. Jarvis, the Dakini Kundalini Mama of illumination, all right, brings the light of consciousness to all aspects of being. Burning through illusion, she illuminates all that lies hidden in the human psyche of darkness and light, that the true essence of divinity may be shown and realized. This fire goddess blazes into your world, Chris, now as the breakthrough needed, letting spirit light the way to your heavenly wisdom. Let her guide you. Know that the light of clarity and illumination that you seek is coming at you like a thunderbolt. The time has come for you to move forward in your life with new brilliant consciousness and creative power. So thinking of being confident and understanding that everything in life, so cliche, I cringe to say it, but it does happen for a reason. It's a lesson we charted in that we need to learn. And if we don't learn it or we procrastinate on the decisions, we will repeat the same lesson over and over again. The one I like to, Cowie, absolutely, yes, please do. I've been checking them more often lately, and I will be going forward. If we don't learn the lesson, I always use the example of, thank you, Blue, I was just going to do that, of abusive relationships. So if you start your relationships, you know, as a teenager and you're like in something toxic and you don't learn from that, and then, you know, you're going to get hit with a bunch of red flags in your next relationship, or at least someone around you. If you still get into that relationship, guess what? You don't learn from it. You're going to do it again and again and again and again. And it's the same with everything. The universe is telling you, you have a clean slate now. Go out there and live your life. There's no punishment for mistakes. There's no punishment on the other side. We're all just doing what we were contracted with God, creator, universe, source, whatever you want to call it. That's all we're doing. It's like we wrote a play of our lives and now we're acting it out. Chris, nothing should be holding you back at this time. If you have, thank you, Ghost, if you have, you know, physical limitations because of your health, I totally understand that, but the universe is saying there are still opportunities for you to get out there. I don't know why I keep seeing love. I don't know if there's a love interest here. You don't really talk about that, and that's okay. And I know it may sound very, very, very far-fetched, but I'm telling you it's not. There is a love interest circling you, but Whether or not you meet this person, get to know this person, and get to be with this person, all depends on how you proceed. Are you going to proceed with confidence, knowing that you're just acting out the play you wrote, or are you going to let every little thing scare you? You don't strike me as that type of guy. I just feel like you're going through something right now that your spirit team really wants you to be pushed out of. They are really trying to give you a boost. Like, you have everything you need now. Play through the pain, baby boy. And I don't say that insensitively. I am so blessed. I say it all the time. Thank God, knock on wood, to have my health, my physical health. But the universe is saying there's a chance coming in the next couple of weeks. Something that you're like, I don't know. Take the chance. Take the leap of faith, Jarvis. Stop milking gerbils and step away. Guys, just so you know, if you send me listener encounters, I would like you to put like a sentence in there that okays me to use it in my book. If the sentence isn't there, I can't use it. Just like, it's okay for you to use this in your book. That's all it has to say, because I want to put some of the listener encounters in my new Encounters with Evil Volume 2 book. I will credit you if you want credit. If you're not comfortable with that, I can do that. Or if you want me to make your story anonymous, if you've like said your name or whatever, I can always do that too. So guys, just so you know, I am looking into some of the listener encounters to put in Encounters with Evil. Who's next? Yeah, absolutely, we are.
Netter.
I'm sorry, I'm choosing a card. Okay, we're going to use Into the Lonely Woods. Thank you, Blue. Yeah, I don't want to get sued, especially not by my gemstones. Go walk Miss Lucky Marie Boo Boo, but make sure you come back if you can. Mama Cindy. Oh, thank you for coming in. If you could hit the like button on the way out, I really appreciate it. It's so good to see you. I wish you were hanging out with us. I don't know who else is streaming tonight, but I feel like someone is. I feel like that's kind of not fair. I've been doing this for years. Divine Empathic, you're next, sweetie. All right, Netter, you got the sadness of letting go. Card number 2. Sometimes when we feel very alone, we have trouble letting go. But when we meet a companion who is like us, yet unlike us, their presence can help us open to new possibilities that show us who we could be. You are now freeing yourself from the old bonds and beliefs, from what you wanted to keep but could not. Whether or not this is right for you, and the soul says that it is, Netter, there is always sadness in letting go. It's a void, a loss, a recognition that one thing we once wanted could not work within the world we are creating. Every release truly made, there will be mourning. Trust yourself most of all, but accept the help of those whose kindness and care are unmistakable. Friendship will reveal aspects of your own soul that you did not know existed. You are coming back to life. Josephine, I see you, honey. If you can't pay tonight, that's fine. Just keep hanging out and you'll be done at the end. That's up to you. That's how we're doing it now. If you can't pay, don't want to pay, won't pay, whatever the case, hang out, wait till the end, and we'll go through as many as we can. Mama Cindy, get some rest. All right. Netter, this makes actually a lot of sense. This is you, and you may not see this yet because I feel like it's energy that's coming in. It's like you're finally making a decision to like just go for it. And I do feel like this has to do with friendship. I feel like there's someone, or maybe several someones, but I do get one particular person who's just kind of like bringing you back to life. I don't see it as romantic. I just see it as like, it's so strange how I'm seeing this. It's like, I don't think you know this person very well, but I feel like there's just like a fire lit and like you feel hopeful. Right? And the universe is saying that's because this person was put into your life for this reason, to kind of breathe life into you. So even if things don't get 1,000,000% better immediately, you're going to start having hope again. You're going to start understanding why you had to go through certain things and why you are kind of feeling stuck. I wouldn't say you are stuck, but feeling stuck where you are in life. Okay. Please do not shut I don't want to say don't shut anyone out, because you can't trust everyone that comes in. I do feel though, like there's one or two people, I'd say, that you really can trust, that really do care for you, have your best interests at heart. I'm actually one of them. And I do believe this is about our friendship. But it also could be another as well. I just feel like you're coming out of your shell, right? All the girls were staring at me to Jim say, well, talk to one of them. Talk to all of them. I feel like you're coming out of your shell, you're coming back to life, and little by little by little, you're going to learn and understand, hey, Rainwater, why you've been through what you have, and your life's about to take a very drastic turn for the better in the next couple of months. Keep getting out there, even if it's just to the gym. Keep getting out there, even if it's to go. I love, like, when I drive, I take myself to dinner. I take myself to movies. Like, you have to treat yourself. Go sit in a park and people watch. I like to people watch and make up stories about the people walking by. My husband won't do that with me, but I love doing that. And just make up like these wild stories about them. I feel like it's just little things like that, like simple things like living, you're missing out on all that, but not for much longer. Oh my gosh, Bat Mom, are you okay? Well, Divine Empathic, you're up. So we are going to use Dark Goddess. This is like your deck lately. Multitasking Queen. I love it. Artemisia. Integrity. Oh, well. F them if they can't take a joke. Guys, don't forget donations to PayPal and Cash App. That is what I survive on. That is how I'm living. So if you guys could donate anything, every little bit helps. I do appreciate it. You guys have really stepped up your game on that and have helped me so much. So from the bottom of my heart, whether it's PayPal and Cash App and I get it right now, or Super Chat, Super Sticker, and I get it on the 21st, you guys have been so tremendous. And I really can't thank you enough. I wonder where Aunt Edna is, though. I'm starting to get worried. I think Smoochie will eventually wander in. Let me get Divine's reading done here. That's not the right person. Artemisia. Critics hear a bunch of lies. Do not listen. Don't reply. Principles now pointed the way. Integral truth will save the day. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection and place blessed be. Divine, so you seem to have lost yourself within the dark of the woods and can no longer see the light. Between criticizing yourself and others, you have lost sight of your integrity as you fight to survive in what you perceive to be a competitive world. This is not, oh, thank you, girl. I went back to the longs. I have a pair of 7-inch stilettos that are this exact color with this exact shimmer. Like, they are these nails. I don't think this is your energy. I think this is a cross between you and the person you're dealing with. Your inner critic is doing a great job of destroying what little hope you had left. You feel you are under so much pressure to get things done. The niggling voice of self-criticism, frustration, and disapproval is slowly but surely eating away at you. You need to remember that there is nothing good or bad, right or wrong through the eyes of Artemisia. Jesus. Remember, it's this type of thinking that causes problems. Artemisia holds a light in the darkness so you can see your way out of the woods to a place of integrity. Here, she will ensure that you remain in a place of honesty, truth, and ethics as integrity leads the way. I want to say one thing so I don't forget, okay? Mom, if you're still listening, Monday morning on my channel, I'm covering Elisa Lamb, okay, at the Cecil. Sorry, Divine, give me 1 second, honey. Replace your critical thoughts with positive statements. Don't ever just accept the first offer. Use your integrity when making decisions. Speak in a loving and supporting way to yourself. You're your own worst critic. See beauty in everything around you. Spend time by a stream, creek, or river. So, Divine, the first part of this, I feel like, is someone that you're dealing with, okay? I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to maybe get revenge on someone, to balance the scales of justice. Okay. I do feel in the next couple of weeks, or perhaps in the coming months, because they're showing me 2 to 6. I don't think that's week though, because it's blocks instead of, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. 2 to 6 months, you're going to really have the upper hand in a situation, and you're going to be very, very tempted. And I feel like people are going to tell you, you should do it. Get revenge. Get back at this person. Really let them have it. But I feel like as a light worker, being the type of woman you are, you're going to want to do it. But listening to your instinct and intuition, you know that that's not just. Revenge is petty. Feels good in the moment, but it does come back to haunt you karmically. The universe is saying, make your decision when the time comes. That's fine. But remember that what you put out comes back times 10. It's going to be so tempting for you to really like wield that power and show that upper hand. And you know what? You have every right to feel that way. But the universe is telling you, you have more integrity than that. This is a major life lesson that will elevate your spirit if you can get through it. And believe me, you may be thinking now, I'm not going to do that. This is very tempting for some reason. I don't know what's involved with this, that you'd be so tempted to seek revenge because you're not that type of person. I feel like somebody's putting it in your head and really amping you up. Like you're going to gain so much if you do it this way. Keep your integrity about you. Don't sell your soul, so to speak. Also, I feel like you could be getting in the next couple of weeks very overwhelmed. What I always say is responsible for everything, yet in control of nothing. I always feel that way. I feel that way all the time, okay? I can't speak right. It's not the candy. There's something here that's affecting me a little bit negatively, which is okay. I kick him out the window when I'm done. But nothing's going to stop me. Julie girl, you're being summoned by Batmom. She was here, Batmom. The universe is saying it's all right to be overwhelmed. You have every right to feel that way because you're dealing with overwhelming situations. The fact of the matter is, though, stop assuming what everyone's thinking about you. You're only taking in the negative, right? You're only listening to the negative things, people and yourself. You're telling yourself negative things too. You're going to end up turning the situation negative. Even if you're a happy, positive person, most of the time, there is some situation that I feel like you failed. You did not fail, but you will be on a path toward failure if you don't make it positive, honey. Like keep that positive, upbeat attitude, that energy about you that you have that I love so much. Don't let anyone take that from you. And I feel like somebody is really trying to, and they might take a little bit from you. They might make you act out of yourself. There's a little argument coming in here, some kind of fight. I don't think it's physical though. And I feel like it's really going to bring you down. And that's what's going to snap you in to wanting that revenge. You should always do this, but in the next few months, especially, the hard lesson for you is acting in integrity and following your instinct and your intuition. It's going to be very, very tempting for you. I really see you struggling with this. Mark, are you here? Batmom, I love that.
If he doesn't show up, we'll just hold on to him, and he might.
Well, I don't want to do that because when we put people aside, we tend to sometimes forget them.
I know.
Let me just read for him and do his time, if you don't mind.
That's fine. That's fine. What I'll do, that's perfectly cool because he's a pay anyway. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm just trying to work this out so it's easy for both of us. They got kind of confused.
Absolutely. That's why if something doesn't work, just tell me and we'll.
Sounds good.
We'll get through it. This is a new way. I hate charging as it is. These things are so good, guys. My girl dinner. Divine, I feel you, but she's going to poke the bear one too many times. If it's her. If it's her. Just keep your wits about you. Nobody's ever better or worse, but you vibrate much higher. So you're probably going to see this coming from a mile away and be able to shut it down. I just see it as like lasting though. Like I see a 6-month period is what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm telling you. I see it. I see it all over your energy. All right, Mark Hall said, full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. All right, Mama. I'm covering Elisa Lam Monday morning. Remember we watched that documentary, The Girl in the Elevator at the Cecil Hotel? These are freeze-dried sour Skittles. Of course, the green are my favorite. They're so delicious. But they're burning my taste buds off. She's not leaving. She said, I'm still here. Tongue burn. All right. Mark, are you in the middle of an argument or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Surely not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something. But you may get better results if you master your emotions instead. Certainly avoid stirring the pot or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. Mark, seek a balance between you, and me. There's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved and or forgiving yourself. Your manifestation affirmation for the next 2 weeks, out of this, only good will come. Okay. So, Mark, I feel like, Mom, I missed your pot roast so much. I'm just saying. I feel as though I'm getting this feeling, Mark, which is weird. And I wish you were here. Maybe you could explain it. Where it's like, Heather B, you're next, honey. Where it's like somebody's not understanding you. Okay. It's like you're talking to someone and you're not trying to, it's not that you're trying to convince anyone of anything, but like you're trying to get a point across and someone is just not, I see you in this very frustrating situation with more than one person around you. I feel like you're just vibrating so much higher than the people around you that you're no longer even able to have normal conversations or see eye to eye. And that's a problem because then you're not expressing yourself. Mark, in the next 2 weeks, Mom, in the next 2 weeks, be very wary of people trying to lure you into verbal traps. Okay, I feel like, just like I said to Divine, somebody is like, there's this, oh my God, it's so confusing. There's this big disagreement, and what they're showing me is politics, right? That doesn't mean the disagreement's about politics. They're showing me the left and the right. It means this is a major conflict of interest here. I feel like you're in the right, so why do you have to prove a point to someone? Like, this person isn't like your lover, your mom. Like, they're nobody really to you except maybe an acquaintance. And even if they're a friend, if you know you're right, stand on business. But what they want to see is they want to see you snap so that they can be like, look, see, I told you he's crazy. Don't do that. I don't know what this is, Mark. I don't know what kind of toxicity and toxic people you've been around, but it was worth it. But really try to only focus on people, places, and things that serve you. If you're ready to snap, walk away, go call someone, text someone that you know is going to help you. Keeping a cool head in the next couple of weeks is going to be really important. And it's going to be the difference between succeeding in something and failing. And I don't know what that means. And you're not here to tell me. but I hope it resonates because it is a very important message. This is something very, very big, like very big. All right, Miss Heather. We're using the Vampire Oracle tonight. By the way, I just want to take a second to thank all my members, all my patrons. I know you guys don't get a lot of benefits, but one day you will. I really am expanding my name and my brand. And if you guys just stick with me, I promise you, you're going to get a lot of really cool stuff. Once I have like a management, or once I'm able to really get myself out there, and I'm trying my very, very best. So just stick with me, my patrons, my members, those of you who aren't a patron or a member, but who donate every week. I don't care if it's $2, $5, you donate what you have, and it means the world to me that you would take your hard-earned money and support me and support what I'm doing. This is for the bigger picture, for the collective, and I really hope one day to make a huge impact on many people. Not me using the ability. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never me giving you guys this information. It's your team. But I love being the messenger. And I've got to admit, I like the attention. So, just stick with me, guys. You guys are amazing. My wrench is in here for keeping the trolls out. I just really needed to say that, because some of you aren't patrons and you're not members, but every week I get a donation, and it just means the world to me. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. So, Mom, I did not tell RJ what's going on. She said, I still can't figure that one out. What happened? Okay, so Heather, you got the faith card. Not stop. You better. That's your job. Report, block, don't mention it. That's the job of the wrenches. I do not give trolls any attention, and I don't let them disrupt my stream. I'm sorry I'm eating, guys, but my sugar gets low. And I know you guys say sugar doesn't help low sugar. I don't actually think it's my sugar. I think it's something else going on that the sugar helps. So I'll get to the doctor one day. Heather, this is trust, unwavering, and confidence. The vampires speak. Sorry. The belief that something will take place, thank you, Divine, or is right, or is a particular way, can be called faith. Faith is quiet and hopeful, offers contentment and calm. It has not bravado, and it need not insist on its rightness. Faith is something we have too, and we observe it in the best of those we call humans, the warm-blooded ones of whom you are one. It is a beautiful gift that you humans have to be believers in this quiet, gentle way. Faith isn't always beautifully expressed. Faith is a loving, amazing quality, but it must be attached to something that's worthwhile. When this card arrives at your door, it's best to examine what it is you have faith in. Heather, what is faith to you? Were you taught faith as a child, and did you lose faith at one point? This doesn't have to be religious, okay? I mean, it definitely could include religion, okay? I've been struggling with my faith for a long time. The only thing I bought myself with my birthday money was a new Bible, because I'm back at it. But you could be exploring spirituality, religions, and those things too. So that could be a big part of it. I need a back scratcher so bad. Heather, you are often taught to believe in things that do not deserve your faith. It may now be time to relearn what it is you have enduring constant hope for. What you know will come to be, even if your eyes may not see it. And we know about faith, the persistent notion that all will be well in due time. For we live with this faith. Without it, we'd be dead inside. The human spirit has faithfulness at its core, at its best. To have faith is to remain loyal, but in a truly heartfelt way. Tender, moving, and full of grace, your faith may soon return to you. Choose wisely in what you place this gift of your faith. Good. I'm so sorry. I didn't even fill my cup up tonight. The blessing of this card says your faith returns and you feel a true connection and comfort in your choices and plans. They are supported by the energy of the universe. You pulled this in the upright, but I don't do shadow on this deck, so I'm going to read the curse. Feeling jaded and hurt by what you've learned, you've lost some of your enthusiasm and your innocence. Working with this card, if you have lost faith in a person, project, or humanity itself, it's time to examine the source of your faith. Know that it can be revived, and this time you may choose where you place this most beautiful and tender faith. You are being tested. You are definitely being tested here because the narcissistic, toxic, allegedly narcissistic, toxic person in your life is going to be breadcrumbing you if they're not already. This is trying to get you to have faith in them again, to ignore the red flags, to pretend that everything negative and bad and foul and nasty that they did to you that's happened didn't happen. Because let me tell you something. Once you forgive a narcissist, it's over. Like, you can't ever talk about the things they did to you because in their minds, you took them back. So there's no reason to ever talk about it. It's done. It's over with. It's out of their heads, which means it needs to be out of yours too. It does make you forget. Trust me. Heather, the universe is saying, like, don't lose faith in, like, for example, all relationships because this one was so incredibly toxic. Maybe you'll need a break. You know what I'm saying? Maybe smoochy girl, maybe you, I'm just using relationships as an example. Take this as it resonates, of course. Maybe you need a break and you need to work more on, Heather, work more on your boundaries, girl. Like, when you see red flags, you don't have to tell someone, like, I just get the feeling you're an a-hole. I've done that, right? I was very rude in my addiction. I did not give an F. But you can make yourself scarce to that person, right? By not being around them. Just because someone else tells you that Bob is a good guy, that doesn't mean Bob is a good guy. It just means that person thinks Bob is a good guy. Bob has to prove to Heather that Bob's a good guy if he wants to be in Heather's life. Stop allowing just anyone and everyone, and this is no judgment or indictment, we all do it. Stop allowing anyone and everyone to, like, be a part of your life. You are very trusting in one way, and in one way you don't trust anybody. And the universe wants you to find balance in that. Use your instinct and your intuition. This is a running theme tonight, to pay attention to red flags. And the main thing with that is, like, do not be afraid to act on those intuitions, those intuitive hits. If your spirit doesn't sit right around somebody, it's because they're not meant to be around you. And as far as this person, they're breadcrumbing you. They're trying to get you. They feel you slipping away, because we talked about this for months now. It's been like emotionally detached little by little. I feel like you've been doing that. And you really, I'm not going to mom, and you've really been working on yourself. This person sees that and they know what's going on. They know that you know what they are, who they are, and that you're going to eventually, in the near future, step away from it. Don't let them pull you back in. Especially, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say, from what I'm seeing, especially if it's love, this person does not deserve you. You are not meant to be with them anymore. You both learned what you needed to learn. They're not meant to be with you. It's toxic for both of you. Even though you're not the toxic person, we react. It's called reactive abuse. It's actually a thing. When we take so much and we take so much and we take so much and finally we snap. And then it's like, oh, look how you're behaving. And then it's no longer about what they did in the first place. It's about how you reacted to what they did. It's a whole mind F, Heather. And I feel like you've come so far. Don't be breadcrumb backed into it. No romantic dinners or whatever. No love bombing. Like, take it, let it make you feel good if you can, but keep your emotional distance. This person is never going to change. They're not going to have a moment of clarity where they're like, oh, hey, Kelly, where they're like, oh, man, she's such a, I put her through so much. Let me stop. No, this is a taker. And this person is going to do what they do. And that's take. Who's next? Mark, I'm sorry. Mark, your card looked like this, hon. You were the last reading.
Yeah, I gave him a timestamp.
Okay, I just want to show him the card. Who's next?
Next is Nut Slap, then Kelly, and then we're into the freebies. I left your private chat. You might want to look at it.
I see. Okay, so as far as I can see, Nutslap, then Kelly will be the last of the paids, and then we're going to move into those of you who weren't able to donate tonight. So just bear with us. we're happy to have you guys here, whether you can pay or not. It always means the world to me that you guys, and I really do mean this, right? Like, I really do. If you guys didn't come in and watch and listen and support us, we would be here on our own with like my mom and maybe like Blue Cross Rose. like we wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You guys taking time out of your lives. And I appreciate it so much. I really do. I love this stream. What is this here? I have the class list for my son's school under my blotter in case I ever need it. And he was playing one of his games from school. They have like math and science games. He was playing it the other day and he totally messed my setup here. Jarvis, I read for you, by the way.
Yeah, I can give you the timestamp now or later.
Huh?
I was just letting Jarvis, I can give him his timestamp now or later.
Josephine, no, you haven't. I didn't see you pay. So what we're doing is we're just having you wait it out. Whoever didn't pay is going last, and we're almost there. Kelly, you just missed a bunch of really great readings and a lot of positive energy. Josephine, you're coming up, honey. Don't worry. Just hang out. Yeah, Mark, that's what I was going to say. Did you hear that? My mom said you better rest. And when mom says that, you better go ahead and listen. You don't have a lot of good energy around you, Mark. A lot of the people, I feel like, that in that place where you live, or it's your neighbors, it's someone like connected to where you live, but you do not have a lot of good energy there. I actually feel bad. Like, you're vibrating so high, and then you have like these attachments from other people bringing you down. You're welcome, Josephine. Yeah, I tend to put people to sleep, I guess. I don't know how with my voice, but to each his own, y'all. All right. Nut slap, you got eat your words. Card number 34 in the upright. What did Chris's card look like anyway? Oh, that's right. Chris got this card, the Ace of Fire.
I just didn't know if you wanted to leave during the live. So I just offered to do it and put it in comments. That way you can
Yeah, no, that's fine. I like them to see what the card looks like so they know they're at the right spot. Nut slap, are you hangry? Well, you better taste those words before you consume them. Sometimes all sorts of things come out of people's mouths. Maybe you think being snarky or rude is cute or funny, but here is the real. You never know what someone is going through. Everyone is going through something that's relative to them, and we never know quite how they will digest what we say. A kind word can go a long way in the era of Karen and Ken. So douse those words in sugar if you intend on eating them. Bitter words can make you cocky and they can make you gag. So nut slap, yeah. It was so funny. We were playing Fortnite before and I was on the phone with my mom and I had Ghost Dragons and Nut Slap. You know, I was listening to them through the controller as we played. And I told my mom I'm playing Fortnite with Steven and Nut Slap. She's like, Nut Slap! I even love that name. Her whole time. It was just so random.
You could hear her.
Yeah. I had her on speaker and I went in the other room for most of the conversation. But when I came back out to end the call, everyone could hear everyone else. And I knew I didn't want her to hear guys talking in the background and be like, what are you into? Andrew, yeah, she really does. She deserves one. She deserves one. Not a faker. All right. Nut slap. Focus, Gemma. I love your personality. I feel like if I were a guy, I'd be you. You remind me of my son Damien's father so much. I love talking to you. We make fun of people. Not any of you guys, people in Fortnite usually. And we make fun of each other and we laugh. Like today we were calling Steven Woody Woodpecker and we were just dying laughing. I love that about you. I do feel like though there's a situation happening. I don't know if it's happened yet, where you could end up inadvertently and accidentally saying something that really hurts someone's feelings or that really pisses someone off. Here's the thing. Honesty never has to be brutal. I feel like it's like you don't want to stifle yourself. You're going to be honest, right? And all you're doing in this scenario, in this situation, is being honest. The problem is it's going to come off really harsh. I feel like if someone comes to you for advice, or if someone's like bitching, moaning, and complaining, sorry, YouTube, about my language, about like their significant other, or so, try in the next couple of weeks to not sugarcoat your words, but like know your audience, right? So if you say something sarcastic to me, even if I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, oh, that's just nut slap. Not everyone's going to take you that way. And you know what? These people are not your people. But for some reason, it's like you're in a situation where you're just like, this person needs to hear the truth. I'm going to say it. Don't. Stay out of anyone else's drama as best you can. If someone comes to you for advice and you only have advice that's like the harsh truth, just don't give it, right? Stay out of it, because I feel like you could be like making enemies. And it's not like, people that are going to go after you like in a comic book, but it's like now people are going to think it's going to turn weird. I feel like this is someone in your family, or like, it's like second cousin energy. So like maybe not blood family, but like close to you. There's someone here that you are going to inadvertently really offend or really hurt, and you're going to lose this person. Now, this person isn't your people anyway, but I feel like the vibe I'm getting is like it's someone you have to be around every once in a while at least. So if you F up, you're going to have this awkward, uncomfortable, cringy. They're not the forgiving type. They're going to hold it against you. The card particularly mentioned Karen and Ken. This person's going to be a Karen or a Ken about it. And I do see it being more likely to be a female or a male with a lot of feminine in their chart. Just watch your words. Bite your tongue till it bleeds if you have to. Do not get involved in whatever this is. Let someone vent. You don't always have to give your opinion, and you don't always have to state the truth. Most people going through really terrible things, especially emotionally, they know what the truth of the situation is. They don't need to be told, right? And I know you don't mean anything by it. Like, I know that for a fact, because you're not that guy. You're just honest. You have no filter. And some people can't handle that. And I don't want you to make enemies. Miss Kelly. We're going to use myths and mermaids. Batmom, literally. Not so much anymore, though. I mean, but it's still really hard. I feel like whenever I'm in a really good mood and just trying to keep the peace and be happy, this person, like, even talks to me like they hate me. But the minute I'm upset, they're cracking jokes and on top of the world. I went into a Ben & Jerry's when I was pregnant with Damien. I was like 8 months pregnant. I went in to use the bathroom, and they gave me free a huge tub of ice cream for free because I was pregnant. All right, so this card popped out. You are the mother. Absolutely, you are. This card popped out, and it's in, let me see how this would fall. So it's in the reverse, actually. Kelly, you got card number 26, the Absinthe Mermaid. Welcome to the show. What's up? I was wondering if you were going to stop in because you were leaving a lot of comments, which is so cool. Welcome. All right, Miss Kelly. Languid. With barely the strength to lift my head, I indulge in more. My decadent drink, my viridian vice. I crave more. I succumb to more. I am myself, no more. A comatose green mermaid is draped in a toxic stream of bottles, skulls, and poisons. She is drugged and lethargic, a slave to her torpid addiction. She seems at risk of being washed away at a moment's notice. The antithesis, which is the shadow reverse, your commitment is required. Kelly, you need to commit in more areas of your life. Settle down for the long term. Stop renting and borrowing what you can purchase. Stop wavering between choices. Pick your favorite, run with it, and never look back. This is another message about following your instinct, following your intuition, okay? Oh, Blue, that's our favorite thing to do. Steven, new season of True Blood. We're going to have a watch party. Hopefully Damien will show up. I'm sorry. So, Kelly, this has been like a running theme tonight of like really following your instinct and intuition. I feel like you are settling in many areas. Like, for a fact you could be doing better, and you definitely could. This is not just one thing. This is kind of like your life in general. You're accepting less than what you're worth. You're accepting less than what you want. And it's like, oh, it's good enough, because you don't want to make any waves. You don't want to stir the pot. You don't want to cause any trouble. But the fact of the matter is you have the right to stand on business. And if somebody is taking advantage of you, you have the right to call them out. This is what I always say. And I know it's hard because I have a hard time doing it too. But if someone's taking advantage of you or treating you poorly, why do you care about calling them out on it and having them mad at you? I don't know the answer to that because, again, I do it too. So no judgment or indictment here. But it's like somebody treats us like poop. Thank you for that, net slap. Somebody treats us like that, and we're afraid to say, like, call them out on it. When you know darn well if the shoe is on the other foot, they would call you out. They don't care if you're mad. In my life, look, I'm a Pisces. I understand why this happens. But in my life, if somebody hurts me, devastates me, I'm told by most of my family, friends, people involved, it's whoever it is, remember forgiveness. They know I'm a Christian. No matter what it is, remember forgiveness. You have the right to be upset, absolutely, but remember forgiveness. Now, when I do something either purposely, usually it's inadvertently, to hurt or harm someone else, I'm told, I forgot the point here. It's like it's on me again, right? I'm told I need to apologize. I have to make this right. There it is. Guys, something is going on tonight in the air. So it's like, why does it always fall on me to be the bigger person? Because I am the bigger person energetically, right? And Kelly, I feel like it's the same way with you. It's like being a boxer and boxing someone 3 times smaller than you. Oh, welcome, Charlie. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's just not a good fit. If somebody's taking advantage of you or treating you like crap, you don't have to treat them that way back. This isn't about the reciprocity of poor feelings, right? But this is about standing on business, standing up for yourself. You are settling for far less than you're worth, far less than the time and effort, energy, everything that you put into what and or whoever these things are. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. It's going to be really hard, but keep in the back of your mind, remember what Gemma said that your team said, right? Why do you care if someone who behaves that way likes you or doesn't? Why do you care if they're offended? They don't care about doing what they're doing to you. And it's not about revenge. It's about equality, balance, reciprocity, energetic exchange. Get away from these people. Get out of these situations. Run as fast as you can. And it's not a just leave type thing. I feel like these are easy things to fix once you learn to be comfortable in the uncomfortability of defending yourself. You deserve way better, girl, in many areas. And you know you do. And I feel like you're going to eventually get fed up. The problem is the universe, your team doesn't want it to get to that point where you blow up. They want you to come out the bigger person, so to speak, for lack of a better term. They want you to come out on top without anything hanging on your back. It is possible. You just have to believe in you and know your worth. All right? You'll get there. If you're religious, I suggest you pray. If you're not religious, talk to your spirit team. Call them in. Every morning I wake up and I say out loud, this is going to be an amazing day. And I also say, because I'm a Christian, it doesn't mean you guys have to. I don't want to scare the new people away. I tell Jesus, like, make my decisions today, bro, because I'm so bad at it. And my days go a lot better. They're not perfect, but they go a lot better when I do that. You can call your spirit team in if you don't believe in the other. You can say, I'm talking to my team right now. Y'all need to make my decisions today because I suck at it. Let's make it a great day. And I promise you, your day will go so much better and smoother. You are so welcome. Thank you. All right. If you want a reading, put a heart in the chat.
And I'll just check them off as they chart.
Yeah, because I'm not just going to read for
everybody.
I got them
in a list. I got them in the order they came in.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. This is better. I'll call your name. I'm going to give you like 40 seconds. If you don't want a reading, say pass.
Sounds good. Okay, first up was Jim.
Blue, I know that's right. G-Eazy, my future baby daddy, redid Wicked Game, and he did a good job. All right, Jim's camera. I am going to use Ancestor Spirit. I am a mess. I need more room. How do I not have an office in a house with like 4 bedrooms? You're welcome, Mark. Yeah, please do. I hate that. I hate that you even have to. What,
He's
Steven?
going to pass. He's passing.
Okay. You don't have to. Who's next?
Chill and Charlie, but I don't know if he's still here.
Chill and Charlie, let us know if you're here, hon.
Kirby, you still here? Would you like one?
Keep going. No one's answering.
Well,
Thank
just
you,
do
Batmom.
Batmom. She just dropped 5. So go ahead and do Batmom.
All right, Batmom. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the show. Absolutely. So it's your first time here. I will give you a reading. Going forward, the way that we work it is if you're a member, it's free. If not, it's $2 to PayPal or Cash App, $4 to Super Chat, Super Sticker. But if you don't want to pay or can't pay, just hang out for the rest or come at the end and we'll give you a reading anyway. So it's not dependent on money, the readings. And usually someone will pay extra to cover the people who can't. That didn't happen tonight, but that's okay. But tonight, your first time here, I will read for you. Just wait your turn, and I will call your name as I'm pulling your card. Jim, you are so welcome. Thank you for being here. Heather, you are a sweetheart. All right, Batmom. Whole self-health, natural therapies, balance, and Ayurveda. So I offer personal readings as well, just so you guys know. You can email me about that. Please donate if you can to PayPal or Cash App. That is how I make my money. Steven, what are you doing? I don't even see you. I don't know what's going on. Baby dragon! Oh, you put a picture. Okay, you popped out. I thought I was seeing like an enlarged image. Thank you. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you. All right, Batmom, you got whole self-health. Cowie does want a reading. Natural therapies, balance, Ayurveda. Let's see what you got, girl. Let's see what you got going on. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Baby Dragon, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Wow, we might end early tonight. I can do my excuse. Who? Batmom, I'm sorry. Hold the phone. Who said that to you? Batmom. Have a look at your whole self. Have you felt sluggish or out of balance? Have you been craving a certain type of food or drink? Be conscious of everything you are putting into your body, including food, ideas, images, and even your breath. You are what you consume. Be more aware of what you choose to put into your body. Make choices for your wellness. Divinatory meaning, focus on refining your diet. You may need to add, avoid, or moderate a food or food group. I hate when they do this in the readings, but don't worry, I got more for you. Each person's body reacts to food and drinks in its own way. Tiredness, headaches, pain, stomach issues, or something else you have accepted as quote-unquote normal can be improved or alleviated by a change in diet. This card is prompting you to take charge of your health by making a change and creating wellness. This isn't just talking about your physical health, but I will tell you, be very, very careful if you go out to eat, if you order food. I'm seeing a little bit of possible food poisoning. I've said this before, and I remember saying it to Blue Crossroads. Batmom, if there's something going on with you physically or even mentally and emotionally, but I'm seeing more physical, and you're just like, oh, that's just my ulcer, or like, oh, that's just my toe that I subbed 10 years ago that hurts every once in a while. Like, no, you have to go to the doctor for whatever this is. This is going to turn into something very serious if you don't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pay very close attention to how your body feels in the next few weeks, okay? Yeah, but what I'm saying, though, is if something starts to bother you a tiny bit, don't blow it off, okay? Make sure you get whatever it is checked out. Is there something going on with your eyes right now? I'm specifically seeing your eyes and your guts. So, yeah, you are what you consume. I don't like when the cards push people towards health and like they're eating and stuff, because I just feel like that's such a weird message. But what your team is showing me is the reason you got this message is there's a chance of food poisoning. There's also something going on in your stomach. I feel like whatever it is, you're passing it off as like normal because you're used to it. The fact of the matter is, Batmom, it's not normal. You need to go get whatever this is checked out before it turns into something major, okay? Excuse me, ma'am. No cussing in chat. I know you forgot. It's okay. I'm just saying. Also, be very careful about, I'm seeing something with pills here, medicine. Make sure you know what you're taking, right? Like, you know what your body can handle. I don't know if this is like addiction with someone close to you or with you particularly. I would never say something like that publicly, but there is something here where it's like, watch the pills, watch the pills. So it could be like something that's being prescribed for you that you're like allergic to. I know you do, but I'm telling you, it's going to turn out to be something really serious if you let it go. I've done this before. I called a friend once and was like, take your cat to the vet. And she did. And if she hadn't taken the cat to the vet, it would have died of like whatever was going on with it, that she had no idea what was going on. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not particularly fond of doctors either. And with the insurance I have, I don't even have a PCP. I just go into the emergency room to get any old doctor that's there. Please go, please. All right. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean you take pills. It's just like watch the medications that you're being prescribed, that they don't interfere with anything else. Well, Mom, we're going to talk because I want to know who said it. I want their name, address, and social security number and their license plate. Your daughter's a natural witch. Nobody should ever be saying anything like that to you. All right, girl, because we got problems. My mama didn't raise no fool. And my mama didn't raise no fairy princess either. All right, Bat Mom. Well, that's what I have too. Luckily, they pay thousands and thousands of dollars a month for my Suboxone, which I don't even know how it costs that much. And I love that I can take something that's 10 times more addictive than the actual drug in the first place. But we won't get into that on this particular live stream. But yeah, please just be really careful. And also, again, watch what you eat. Make sure if you're like cooking something, it's cooked properly. If you order out specifically, make sure the food is cooked properly, clean. I'm just seeing your stomach and your eyes. The stomach is more like a food poisoning type vibe. The eyes thing, I'm very, very concerned about. So please get that checked out. And you know, I had no way of knowing that. Like, we have not talked about that. We've never mentioned it before. So please take it very seriously. Heather, girl, you know, you're from Jersey too. You don't let people talk to your mama like that. That's my mom.
Not even in Ohio.
I'm not a fighter. I don't think, aside from defending myself, good night, Divine, from men that were like actively physically hitting me, I've never been in a fist fight. Not ever. I'm a silver-tongued devil. But you mess with my kids or my parents and you will see a demon come out of me. Heather, exactly. I was listening when we were playing Fortnite to the song New York by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, and it reminded me of Rossi's and like singing karaoke there. I'm pretty sure we sang that. I think. All right, who's next?
Okay. Roger, are you still here? Did you want one? I forgot to call
Roger him. Usually does not get readings anymore.
But he does sometimes. I'll just leave his name there and just in case.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead and do Cowie, and then do Josephine if she's still here.
Okay, so I'm doing Cowie Snyder and then Josephine Van Dam. 7 years. Yeah, I'm on 6, and they actually just upped my dose. You're welcome, Cowie. Okay, so make sure, and you know, I just want to say, we can talk privately. I know I don't usually get back to you, but if you want to talk about that, maybe we can, because pareidolia is not always pareidolia. My mom does the same thing with her eyes, and we used to think it was pareidolia, and it's actually an ability. I forget what it's called. It's for the super sensitive. So, all right, let me get through these readings. Maybe we could end a little early. Not that I don't want to be around y'all, but I didn't do yoga or my Bible study today. All right. Howie, we're using Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. The cards are jumping out of my hands. I burned my finger this morning. I was eating a banquet pot pie for breakfast, and I had it on a pan, and I pulled it out with the pot holder. But then as I went to get it out, I pushed the pan down with my middle finger and burnt it. And of course, I'm like, I'll just stick it on ice for a little bit, which is the worst thing you can do. Then I stuck it in a tub of Vaseline, which is also not good. So... okay. All right. Stop rambling, Gemma. Let's get through these readings. You got my favorite goddess, my favorite dark goddess, Hecate, the card of illumination, card number 21. It is a little dark. It's a little bit dark. Kind of a long one, guys, so hang in. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. I'm okay now. It doesn't hurt anymore. Cowie, seek and you shall find. Sometimes you need to travel through darkness to find the real treasure. Almost anything worth doing takes time. Move off the crossroads. It's time to make a considered decision. Keep your focus on your purpose. Do not wander off your path. If I had a daughter, I would name her Hecate. I so would right now. I'm not having any more kids, but I could probably convince one of my sons to name their daughter that. Probably my oldest. He's the mama's boy. Cowie, for a long time, the so-called dark goddesses got a bad rap. People thought if a goddess was of the dark or looked a certain way, like scary, then they were evil or nasty. The Christianization of certain mythos twisted many stories as well, in particular those deities, usually female, who were perhaps magic makers, sorceresses, too independent and feisty, who were remade into evil and dangerous spirits. Stories of Circe, Kali, the Morrigan Le Fay, and Medusa are examples. And so when we look at a complete complex figure such as Hecate, it is important to understand that paradoxically, a dark deity can actually be an illuminator. Andrew, you are so sweet. Heather really needs a friend right now. When Persephone was taken by Hades into the underworld and Zeus and Demeter negotiated for her return, it was her friend, the goddess Hecate, who lit torches for her friend to guide her home. Persephone was allowed to return home for half the year, and she was guided through the darkness on her return by Hecate and her torches. From that time, Hecate became Persephone's guide and companion Propolos, which means server or attending, on her annual journey to and from the underworld. Heather, it's so true. I am so damaged. It's not even like I'm so aware of it. Similarly, in 340 BC, the greatest general of the age, Philip II of Macedon, was ready to complete the attack on the Byzantines and their allies, the Athenians, after a lengthy siege of the walls of Byzantium. It was a dark and wet, moonless night, and Philip thought this would be the perfect undercover foil for a final push and surprise attack on the city. His troops prepared an assault on the city and were confident of success. Happily for the Byzantines, the patroness of the city, Hecate, favored nights such as this too and was watching. As Philip's soldiers began forming their attack, Hecate lit her bright torches in the inky heavens. This unexpected bright light awoke all of the watchdogs of the town, and they began to loudly bay and bark. Cowie, the garrison, was awoken and they foiled Philip's attack. This was a turning point in their siege. To thank Hecate, the city erected a special statue to her referred to as the Lampidophoros, the torchbearer. It was erected on a hill above the Bosphorus Sea to commemorate Hecate's defensive aid. Hecate literally carries a torch even though she stands in the opaqueness at a crossroads or under a moonless night sky. Yes, she carries a torch when she is striding through the darkness of the deep underworld, yet she's actually lighting the way out for everyone. Plant companion is garlic. Eat you some garlic. And your crystal companion is moonstone. I just want to say to what you ladies are talking about and what y'all are talking about. Yes, Hecate, but spelled with a K. Sometimes with a C, but I like it with a K. I am retraining now while in it, right? Understanding my worth, understanding what I bring to the table, understanding what I will and absolutely will not accept, what my boundaries are, right? What I'm accountable for, my own personal issues, the things that I fail in my communication style. And, I can be a princess. I can be a spoiled, rotten brat. I've had relationships, and I still do this with my father, where I will literally stomp my feet and pout my mouth. That's how I was raised. I was raised a princess, right? All right. So, Cowie, this message is very important. You do have a big decision to make. Yeah, please do, Mom. And yeah, Heather, Cowie, I'm sorry. I will get right to your reading. It's constant fight or flight. So your nervous system is messed up. You gain a ton of weight sometimes. Like I gained so much weight for that. I can't lose it. All right, let me focus on Cowie. Cowie, you have a major decision. You are at a crossroads, but I feel like you've been at this crossroads for quite a while. Not that you've had to make the decision, but like you knew this was coming. Your instinct and intuition saw some red flags or some things that didn't really make sense but you went along with it anyway. I don't know if it was to appease someone else or just in the hopes that whatever this was for you or would work out. The fact of the matter is you're over it, right? There's something here that no longer serves you. And it's like, you're not even like, there's no drive to even fight for it anymore. It could be romantic, or it could just be like a dream that you had that you realize like, maybe it's not going to work out. There's there's a choice here, though, that you have to make. And I feel like the reason this choice is so important is because it's going to determine whether or not you follow your path or whether you follow like some random dream that's not going to work out. I do feel influence here in a negative kind, right? So it's not like, I don't know if this person is purposefully trying to lead you astray. It could be these people, or if they're just not thinking clearly. I feel as though if you let someone influence any major decisions in the next few weeks, you're going to end up on the wrong path and learning the hard lessons. If you stay true to yourself, and if you stand up and say, you know, I appreciate the advice, but I'm going to do this. Don't do things just because you're afraid someone's going to be mad at you if you say you don't want to do it. And this is something major for you. You might not even know what it is, because I do see it kind of circling you. It's like, you know which way you want to go, but it's, number one, it's going to be so much work to do. And number two, I feel you being a little bit worried about how people are going to perceive this decision. I'm just going to give you an example. All right. I wish I lived near Bloomsburg. Say you're like, you want to get a divorce. Your relationship with your wife has become very toxic. You want to get a divorce, but you've got to now worry about splitting everything down the middle. You've got to worry about her going on social media and bashing your name. You've got to worry about what your friends are going to think, what your family, like and it's just like, isn't it just easier to just stay? And so, no, we cannot be waking up every day just to survive and keep our head above water. Trust me, I know it is a miserable existence. Cowie, you deserve so much better. Please, please give yourself better. I feel like whatever this is, it's kind of like a just you type thing. That doesn't mean, like, if you're in a happy marriage, I don't know about your romantic situation, that doesn't mean you leave your wife to do it. It just means it is very much a thing that's for you. It's for your learning, your soul growth, for you to experience. Choose yourself. Don't consider anyone else in this decision. If you do, you are bound to make the wrong choice. And then you're going to have a very hard road ahead of you to get back on track and in line with your soul contract. Who's next?
Josephine, if she answered. Josephine, are you here? You call her, because she only answers to you.
Heather and I have actually met each other in person. Yeah, like in real life. We used to hang out at the same bar and do karaoke, and we actually spoke a couple times. I definitely remember you, but like, I also used to wake up with mustard and beer shot glasses and doorstops in my purse. So, you know, those were the days. Josephine, you got to answer us, because we're not calling anyone more than once. My girl. Whether I knew you or not, since you're from Jersey, you'd be my girl. Yeah, that's right. Oh my, I forgot about Sports Zone. I love that place with Billy. Oh, Billy. I miss him.
Andrew, did you want a reading? Did you want a card, Andrew? And Smoochie? And then we're going to do welcome to the show after Josephine. If she doesn't show, just do them. Oh, there she is, of course. Then we're going to do.
She's in Australia. She's on a delay.
Yeah, I know. Then do welcome to the show since they're new. And then, Andrew, if you want one, Smoochie, and Charlie, Pagan, if you're still here, if you want one.
Hold on, guys. I didn't refill my water.
She saw you, Josephine.
The candies are so good, but you know how if you eat too much sour stuff, it like burns your taste buds off? All right, Josephine, we're using Myths and Mermaids. Welcome to the show. Please let me know that you're here, because you're going to be next. Let me see. Glad you're single. Yeah, there's somebody definitely trying to influence you here to do something that's not in your best interest. I feel like you really can't trust them. I didn't want to say that, like, you can't trust your wife, so you don't have a wife. So this is definitely Josephine. I see you. I got you. I'm shuffling for you. Relax. I'm talking to someone about their reading, honey. I got you. Yeah, it's definitely not a good energy. Thank you, Mommy. I know that. Josephine, it's okay. You're excited. I get it. Thanks, Mom. I know I am. That's why I did the sibling anthem check. Hi, I am the youngest. All right. Josephine, you got card number 25. Mermaid picking lotus blossom. I live in North Jersey. I love North Jersey, but I also really love South Jersey as well. My goal is to have a house in Wildwood Crest or Avalon. Josephine, you got this in the reverse shadow position. Dreams of purest perfection, power to exist in the light. Will I live in this world I imagine or dwell in my own endless night? Or is it a sanctuary waiting, destined to be my abode? Will I catch the wild fever of wanderlust and journey down curious roads? No matter which path I will walk down, whatever I find, I must pay. However much pain is required of me, my gods know that I'm on my way. A lovely golden-haired mermaid sits upright in a pond covered with lily pads. She thoughtfully seeks out and selects a lotus blossom. A contemplative look is upon her face. She's on a quest of faith, a quest of a spiritual nature. Antithesis, Josephine, save for a rainy day. While hoarding is not a healthy, or admirable activity, keeping some material gains in reserve is not a bad idea. It's time to stock up on material goods and wealth. You will be confronted with opportunities to earn extra money. Take them and put the rewards in a safe place. Invest wisely and focus on your financial future. Josephine, this is about money, money, money. I feel like something very unexpected, Josephine, is coming in for you financially. So, like, your car breaks down, it's going to cost $1,000 to fix it, or the universe is warning you if you're spending your money frivolously or not really saving, like, that's okay, right? You do what you want with your hard-earned dollars. But here's the thing. There's something coming in where you're going to need to have a little bit of money. I feel like it's something personal. It's not like someone's going to ask you for something, or this is very simple, actually. I'm not seeing much to this, Josephine. It's just like a warning, like, don't lend anybody money, especially in the next couple of weeks. Don't buy into get rich quick schemes. I would go so far as to say don't even play a lottery ticket. Like, there is nothing trustworthy going on in your financial world right now. Somebody is trying to either get you to give them money, they're trying to manipulate you out of money. Be really careful, Josephine, with like your bank cards, your credit cards. I just see someone like taking your money. This is a warning, which means it can be prevented. Keep a very safe eye on your purse, your wallet, like wherever you keep your money, your cards. Don't let anyone you don't know into your home or your car. We shouldn't be doing that anyway, and make sure that you are prepared for some sort of accident. Something's coming up where you're going to need some extra money. If you don't have it, it's going to be devastating. I don't know what this means. I'm sorry. It's such a simple message, but it is what it is. And that was your message.
Okay, welcome to the show. It was supposed to be next, but they're not answering. Would you try calling them?
Welcome to the show. Last call, sweetie.
And then you can go ahead and do Andrew until they show up.
Okay.
And then Smoochie if you want one, and then my daughter last. And then
Smoochie, please let us know.
Unless Black Dragon just happens to pop in.
Andrew, we're using Black Moon Lilith. Yes, she does. Heather is that girl, okay? She's that woman. I'm so proud of you, Heather. I'm so proud of you. Everything you've been through, everything you're going through, just that I see in the readings, right? You guys don't understand. I see a lot more than I say because I don't like to publicly put people's business out there. Like, if I tell you I'm sensing a toxic relationship, I am actually seeing what's going on in the relationship. Sensing is to not put you on the spot. I'm so proud of you. No, Mio, you got your Uranus. Because of course you did. Spark of genius and ascension. Yeah, Andrew, you're a sweetheart. We know how you is. Andrew, when this card shows up, expect the unexpected. A shakeup is coming to bring change into your life. Uranus is indicating that something or someone is keeping you stuck. Now the universe is making them move for you. Where have you felt misaligned? Uranus teaches us to embrace unpredictability and change. Uranus is the planet of shock, surprises, and genius. It has the potential to shock people into higher states of consciousness through extraordinary events. In ancient Roman mythology, Uranus was the sky. It's the planetary ruler of the air sign Aquarius, known for its innovative and opinionated approach to life. It's a generational planet that spends about 7 years in one sign and takes 84 years to orbit the sun. Similar age groups share the same Uranus sign. Welcome to the show. You'll be next, honey. In your natal chart, Uranus can indicate the spark of genius you have to lend the collective consciousness. Without Uranus, we would not awaken, innovate, and ascend. Match your sign in the following list to find your spark. So, Andrew, I don't know what year you were born in. Actually, you've got to look it up yourself. I don't know where my Uranus is either. A sudden change is coming to electrify your reality. A new beginning is on its way. Andrew, yeah, you are definitely not expecting what's coming. There is a major shift in your life. Good night, Mark. Love you. Rest well. A major shift coming in your life that you don't necessarily see. It's like you're just going along, living your life, doing your thing. And Nomeo, I'm reading for you now. You're going along, living life, doing your thing. And then bam, like you either meet someone or get some offer. Something happens that is going to radically change the way you're seeing your life form before your eyes. This could be meeting someone, falling in love. I don't know if that's like a thing for you. Excuse me. It's going to be something completely and totally out of the blue, though. You're not like out there looking for whatever this is. I don't want to make you nervous, but I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, right? I'm trying not to sugarcoat. Warheads. That's okay. Welcome to the show. Don't worry about it. You're here. You don't have to type if you can't. Andrew, I do feel like this could be an accident in the next couple of weeks. Nothing made, like, I don't see like anything crazy. I do see an accident happening. It could involve, you're on the road and you see it and then you get out to help. It could be that type thing. Then you end up meeting someone, having an offer. There's like this whole chain of events that starts with an accident, something that happens by accident. I'm seeing a literal car accident, but it could actually be like anything that you didn't mean to do, right? Just prepare. Listen, go with the flow. Don't fight major changes, particularly in the next 2 weeks, because they're part of your chart. They're happening because you charted them into your life. This is you acting out the play that you wrote called Nomeo. Wherefore art thou, Nomeo? I definitely feel like someone makes a mistake or there's some kind of accident and your life is going to change so dramatically for the better because of it. Who's next? We just said it. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're using Wisdom of the House of Knights. No, it's going to be a good thing, though, Bat Mom. Whatever this is, this chain of events, it's going to go on and on, but it's going to be so beneficial, but it's going to start out as something really not good. And I hate giving messages like that, but if I don't give them, I feel like I'm not doing what I'm here to do. Like, why am I giving the message if I'm only going to give half, right? Welcome to the show. Smoochie, let us know if you want a reading, if you haven't already. Welcome to the show. You got Playful, card number 44. My child, life is not always so serious. Choosing this symbol means it's time to lighten up and be playful. No matter what you're asking about, this is a time to have a sense of humor. Smile and go do something fun. Life has a way of answering all questions when you're not looking. Wouldn't it be better if you were enjoying your life rather than just sitting around waiting for what you want to happen? Don't take yourself so seriously. It's time to lighten up and be playful. Know that when this symbol appears in your life, the fun is about to start. I just feel like you are kind of like stagnant, stuck, feeling like kind of directionless, right? I'm seeing you like lost in the sea. This doesn't have to mean you're that way in like every single area of your life, but I just do feel like you feel very stagnant, very stuck, unable to move forward for some reason. It could be like you financially feel like you have to stay in the home or apartment that you're in because you have no choice. Or in a relationship, it's like it's toxic, but it is what it is. We're just going to keep, like, we all have to stop doing that. Just saying, it is what it is. So what if I'm being verbally, mentally abused, being forced to live a way that I don't want to live? I have a roof over my head, and that's good to count your blessings. Welcome. But there are so many more out there waiting for you. And I'm not judging you. I'm a human being. I go through it. I've been through it. Ask anyone in here. I never, ever judge anyone. And I'm perpetually judged constantly on a daily basis by grown adults who bully other grown adults on the internet. I'm just telling you, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. And your team said that, not me. There is something in your life where it's like you want so badly either for it to change or for something to happen. Hey, Salvador, but you don't really know how to take the steps necessary. Like, what can I do to get myself out of this? The want is there. And you know what they say, when there's a will, there's a way, right? In the next couple of weeks, your team is telling you, if you have the opportunity to get out and do something fun, go do it. Otherwise, make your own fun. You are so kind of spiritually devastated over something that recently happened or something that's going on now that it's like you've lost almost the ability to smile and laugh. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what's coming in for you in the next 2 weeks. Unless you can really say, you know what? It's all a play. Like not take things so seriously. Yes, things happen that hurt us and that make us, what is the word? They make us jaded, and they make us not want to believe anymore, have faith in certain things and certain people and certain dreams. But the fact of the matter is, it's not too late. There's something here that you, absolutely can accomplish, and you absolutely can pull yourself out of it. It's going to take time. It's going to be painful. It's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. But for now, in the next couple of weeks, take every opportunity you can to do something for yourself, to take time out for yourself, and to have some fun. I feel like while you're out doing whatever this fun is, if fun for you could be walking in the park, walking your dog, reading a book, it doesn't matter what it is. While you're taking the time and giving yourself these moments of self-care, the answer is going to come to you. If you continuously just focus on like the whys and all of that and become so stressed out, you're never going to get to the bottom of it, and you're going to stay stuck forever. And stuck is not where you belong. If you're in here and you're resonating and you're energetically matched with us, which it seems that you are meant for more because you're a light worker. Nobody comes in here and stays and has a good time unless they are a light worker. We've seen people come in and leave like immediately. They're not our people. We're meant for more. I feel like I have something. I feel like I have something in my mouth, but I think it's just like the candy residue. I always fill my Stanley before stream, and I forgot. All right, who's next?
All right, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Nomeo.
Okay.
Everyone who donated, PayPal and Cash App, everyone who donated. All right, Smoochie Girl, then Baby Dragon, right?
Actually, did Salvador would like one? He hasn't had one for a while, so I don't know if he wants one or not. Sometimes
I don't know if he gets readings. Salvador, if you'd like a reading, let us know now.
Yeah, please. And then my daughter, then you'll have Lotus and Casey for timestamps.
All right, give me 1 second. I want to look something up for Andrew. March 29th, 1976. Oh, it doesn't show me that. You got to look it up. I'll tell you next week where your Uranus is. That sounds so bad.
It does. It sounds weird.
Now I got to write it down. Andrew's Uranus.
Oh my gosh. And Salvador said he would like one.
All right. So Smoochie, Salvador, Baby Dragon.
Yep. And then there are 2 timestamps. You doing
3
Lotus
times.
and who else?
Lotus, Casey, and Alexander.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I do have them written down.
Smoochie, I'm using Oracle of Visions. Batmom, we are what we are. All right. Oh, Smoochie. Okay. Got to tell me that before I start shuffling. But it's okay. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Yes, that's true. Some of them will say like these years are, you know, your Mercury or whatever, but Uranus doesn't work like that. Andrew, I think I have your phone number. 4:30 a.m. Hold on. 29th, 76, you said? Because I want to let you know, because you can learn a lot about yourself by knowing your chart. And I can get your whole chart with that information. Where were you born? Last question. Oh, you were born in Los Angeles.
On Route 71.
What?
You asked when he was born, where he was born at, or when he was born. I said in a truck heading west on 71.
Probably. Were you born in LA? Smoochie girl, you got easy does it. Card number 17 in the reverse. I opened right to it. I love when that happens. It's so fortuitous. That was for you, Smoochie. Smoochie, well, hello there. Are you on the couch? Have you been sitting there all day? Well, good for you. You have recognized the need to take a day into slow motion mode. Be careful, though, not to get stuck there. Sometimes we can fall into a pit of lazy procrastination and just linger. Or sometimes it's just those super comfy couches that swallow you whole when you sit there. The point is to know the difference. We recommend a nice, invigorating shower for starters, then perhaps a jaunt to your favorite cafe or restaurant, followed by an evening stroll around your block. Sometimes we all need a rest or a restart to get back in sync. Yeah, Smoochie, you're definitely out of whack energetically. I could just feel it on you, which is okay. It happens to all of us all the time, right? The thing is, you have to get yourself out of it. You can't just sit and say, like, tomorrow I'll get unstuck. Next week I'll get unstuck. Once this is done, I'll get unstuck. If you're waiting for the right time, no, that's not what it's saying. If you're waiting for the right time to do something, to say something, to start something, the right time is now, right? The right time. Andrew, let me know where you were born. Like, I was born in Paterson, New Jersey. Where were you born? It's saying instead of falling into this lazy procrastination where like you're just stuck and you like don't want to go to work and you don't want to, like, everything is kind of making you miserable, take time for yourself to do something refreshing and invigorating instead, doing something you enjoy aside from like just sitting there procrastinating and being miserable. I understand why this misery is around you right now. You have so much going on that really is out of your control. And I get it. The universe wants you to spend time with yourself. Okay. Spend time with yourself. Stop giving all of your energy. You don't have much left to people who do not appreciate it, reciprocate it, and who don't give back and who don't deserve it. In the next 2 weeks, you really, Smoochie, I'm begging you to take some time and do something for yourself. Anything. Buy yourself flowers. I'm not being facetious. Take yourself out and go sit and have a coffee. If you don't have time, make time. You are falling into a pit of despair that you are not going to be able to pull yourself out of unless you start spending time with yourself and on yourself. You don't have any money, go for a freaking walk around the block. You have got to get back to you, to being the strong woman that you are for you, not giving all that strength to everyone else. It's not worth it, and they don't deserve it. Salvador, I'm going to use angels and ancestors. Oh, I'm going to get to do yoga tonight. Oh, okay. All right, now I have your info. Andrew's Uranus. You have to stop giving it to everybody. Take a couple of days and don't do anything for anyone unless it's absolutely necessary. And do spend, oh my God, these cards are everywhere. Spend the rest of the time doing things you enjoy. Be selfish about it. Be selfish about it. No matter what I'm doing at 2 o'clock every day, sometimes 1 o'clock, I stop what I'm doing and I play video games. You know why? Because I love doing that. It's something that's fun for me. It's an escape from all the pressure. Salvador, you got the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. I thought that whole deck just fell over. James Camera, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You are a gem. We will see you next week. Don't forget to check out Monday. We're talking about Elisa Lamb. If it says something else in the description, because I can't put her name in, I don't think, it's Elisa Lamb. Salvador, take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your own gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you're going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The Mirror Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you, Salvador, to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as the angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are, in fact, what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the Mirror Guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you're being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. Extended message, you are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life. So to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you've surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval when it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Salvador, I feel like in the next couple of weeks, you're just not, like, for some reason, and it could be, thank you, welcome to the show. It could be that you have someone in your life that's maybe either purposely or inadvertently making you feel like something that you're doing is like not good enough. You're not doing enough. Or it's just your own personal insecurities. And what this is saying, I don't know if you believe in God, but God, the creator, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, like, loves you as you are, right? And you're always enough and you're always doing enough as long as you're doing your best. Salvador, you're amazing. Your energy is so beautiful and light. And I can't imagine why anyone would be trying to make you feel bad about yourself. I feel like someone could be trying to guilt you, as I said to someone a few minutes ago, into making a decision. I think it was Cowie, that is not good for you. But you're so sweet and kind and go with the flow. And they know that you're going to end up doing what they want to do instead of what you know that you should do. This is the universe telling you, you are enough. You are more than enough. The problem is you're vibrating higher than the people around you. It's time to reevaluate the relationships and friendships in your life, see who still fits and who doesn't, and don't be afraid to walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. That puts you back in your own power, gives you back your confidence. Keep your circle small. You don't have to do for everybody. Energy exchange is supposed to be about reciprocity. I give you this, you give me this. Not in a selfish way. You hold the door for someone, they say thank you, energetic exchange. Mom, go win some monies. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have fun, Mom. Win some money for me too.
Salvador, you don't have to impress anybody. Your spirit team's impressed with you. You're amazing. You're doing so well. I feel like you just need to reevaluate some of these relationships and situations in your life they're just not good for you. And it's okay to acknowledge that and say that. If somebody's feelings get hurt, that's their problem. You're doing what's best for you for once. And if you can go through with this, I am really, really proud of you. And I'm proud of you anyway. You are enough. You are amazing. Baby Dragon, Oracle of Visions. Then I've got 3 timestamps and I'm going to do yoga and my Bible study. Smoochie, I really want to ask you why, but I don't want to do politics in the stream. He drives me crazy too. I don't know why. I just love him. I'm listening to his book, Hillbilly Elegy. Salvador, thank you. I got it. Nomeo. Baby Dragon, you got card number 30. Danger, fear. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Helen Keller said that. Baby darkness. Because it says darkness. Baby dragon. In the darkness, our fears feed from us and grow. Our imaginations nourish them and give them form. In return, they can weaken us and further trigger our defenses. This scene, a clear take on Little Red Riding Hood, reinforces the concept that danger may not always be so obvious. It may be hidden and disguised. In some cases, we are utterly fooled or taken by surprise and will suffer the consequences. But very often we have a sense that all is not right, that something is out of place. Our basic instincts are triggered and our senses are alerted. Is this the time for caution or boldness? Is all as it should be? Is he all that he claims to be? Is the offer too good to be true? I do feel like, unfortunately, there is something here that you really, really wanted to work out. You really put everything into hoping that whatever this is would grow. I feel like there's still a chance for that in some areas. Like, it wasn't all in vain, Baby Dragon, but there is someone here that this is like a recurring theme tonight. Like, who are we chilling with? Because I have the same thing in my life where someone does not want you to win. They don't want you to succeed. They hate the fact that you're successful. They hate that you have hope and faith. And it's like they're telling you they want you to succeed. They might even be like helping you financially or helping you do whatever this is, right? So for example, say that you are in school to become a doctor. You put all this hard work in and then suddenly you find out that like you failed the one exam. You want to just give up. Like, who wants to go through all this again? But this person's like, no, you should do it. Like, I'll pay for it. And behind your back, they're like sabotaging you to others. Like, oh, look how stupid she is. I can't believe, I feel like you being who you are, you have to have an inclination that this person isn't really on your side. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because without this person's negative, toxic, BS, garbage energy, you'd be succeeding a lot quicker, a lot faster. I also feel like you need to be very, very mindful of new people in your life, like friendships that you're just starting to make and cultivate. I don't think everyone there is like your people. There could be some issues and problems. Jealousy. I definitely see a lot of jealousy around you, like people looking at you and your success as though like it's problematic. That's on them. Baby Dragon, keep doing what you're doing. Only accept help you absolutely need and pay attention to your instinct and intuition. Because listen, if somebody's helping you, that's great. But if they're then turning around and like wishing bad luck on you, even just thinking it on you, like trying to put that juju on you, talking badly about you, they're putting negative energy on you for you to fail. The lesser of two evils is still evil. I don't feel like you're ready yet to start cutting people out of your life. You're just not in that position. But I do feel you need to start emotionally detaching and not being afraid to call people out on their BS. That is a big one, okay? Baby Dragon, you have the right to stand up for yourself when you're being bullied, manipulated, taken advantage of, and abused. There's no other way to say it. You have that right as a human being. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm getting kind of angry. You're a sweet woman. You're kind, compassionate, caring, patient, all of the things. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm so proud of you. Get away from whoever this is. And if you can't physically get away, start emotionally detaching. And you know how I did that? I just started doing for me and my son. Me and my son. If there were people that wanted to do stuff, I'd hang out. If I get a good vibe, I hang out with them again. No good vibe. I'm not cultivating that friendship. I'm not interested in pursuing it. I ghost people. Emotionally detaching from people who are feeding off of my pain and misery. And you really need to start doing that. Again, not a judgment. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And I don't think you can trust everyone around you. And I think you're going to be actually very surprised. There's more than one person here. The one person you're already on to. You already know who they are, what they're about, and you're working on that. But there is someone here that's going to catch you by surprise. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm not saying be paranoid, but be very wary of people complimenting you, people offering to help. I'm not saying that people aren't genuinely doing that, but there is someone here who does not have your best interest at heart. Timestamps?
Who do you want to do first? You got Alex, Lotus, and Casey. So
I'm
whoever you
asking,
want.
is it timestamp time? Okay.
Yes.
Alexander Unverhall. I think I'm pronouncing. I don't know. I know you told me, Alex, how to pronounce it, but I don't remember. I remember, but I don't. I think it's Overhaul. Overhaul. I'm saying Unverhall. I'll have to ask you again. Anyway, you've earned permanent timestamp status. Being a patron. Andrew, absolutely. What is going on? They're jumping, but there's like 5 at a time.
Something's trying to tell you something.
Repairing the veil, the card of forgiveness. Ooh. Card number 45. Alex, repairing the veil, forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you're on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim. Both positions are of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. Alex, you know what? I feel like this is you accepting a relationship, a situation, whatever the case may be, just as it is. Like there's no more hoping for change. There's no more extending all this effort to try to make this better and make it work. This could be anything. It could be with your wife. It could be with your boss. I don't know the personal details. But what I do know is it's time for you to kind of let go of the dream surrounding whatever this is and just offer forgiveness and start. If you can't physically disconnect, again, if it's a job, you can't just quit without another job, right? Like you have to have a job. I don't know how it works in Germany, but I'm sure you have bills to pay, right? We all do. But this is you, like now that you know this is not going anywhere, whatever it is, relationship, job, whatever, joining a sports team, like this is something you put your heart and soul into for a really long time. So it's going to resonate probably right away. It's time to just say, you know what? I forgive this person or these people for everything they've done to me. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness doesn't have to equal reconciliation. It's going to make you feel better. Take on everything you've done. Apologize into the open air for it. Write it down. You don't even have to go to the person and say, you know what, I'm going to be accountable for XYZ. Know in your heart where your mistakes lie, because I think that would be a bad idea, because I don't think this person is very kind-hearted or receptive. They would rather have like this toxic thing forevermore than like let it go and walk away and learn your lessons. You are not built for that. You are built for more. You have a higher destiny. You're another light worker, higher vibrating. Just walk away. And if you can't just quit or just leave, like I tell so many people in here, like I do, start emotionally detaching and understanding that your future involves you, your daughter. If this situation isn't about your marriage, your wife too, you know what I mean? Your future is always going to involve you and your daughter, no matter what happens anywhere else. So start focusing on you and your daughter. And of course, your wife, if she's not the toxic person here. I don't know if she is or not based on things that we've discussed. All right. Lotus girl, wisdom of the house of night. Any day now. Traps, Refram. This deck is from a book of young adult vampire school novels called The House of Night. And I read all of them way before I started doing this. So I know the story. That's why I like this deck so much too. Lotus Girl, trapped. Refam, my dear sweet child, do you feel as if you are trapped in your life right now? Do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? Do you feel as if you will never get what you want or go where you want to go? Have patience, for truly you are in a temporary prison that exists only in your mind. Lotus, your circumstances, no matter what they are, will change, and you will be free to experience the life you wish to lead. In these times, dreaming is the best antidote, and of course, patience. Consider the story of the half-raven boy trapped in conflict until he finally follows his heart. Trust in me, for I will show you when the cage doors open so that you can fly free. We've talked about this. Everything that's going on right now is just... Yeah, you would have to scrape me off him for sure. No doubt. Him and G-Eazy, you'll never see me again. This is something that is, not lasting forever, even though it seems like it already has, right? It seems like this has already been going on forever, whatever this toxic thing is. I know you have a lot of physical health issues, you and Porky, but this is more talking about you never have any time to do anything except answer phones, be sick, and take care of your family. Where does the passion come in? And no, I'm not just talking about romantic passion. I'm talking about the passion of things you want to do in your life, places you want to go, people you want to meet, right? In the next few months, I really see things turning for the better. That money that I saw still hasn't come in, but it's still circling, y'all. So I know it wasn't like a missed opportunity that you don't have now. I feel like you're going to get the chance to finally start living. I've been saying this all night. It's a running theme, not just surviving and keeping your head above water, not just waking up every morning like, all right, I got to survive another day. It's like, no, living, doing things you're passionate about, not things you feel you have to do in order to pay the bills or to keep yourself afloat or to help your family or even Porky. Tennille, this is about you. What are your dreams? And when do you plan on, making them come true? And that doesn't mean abandon your family and be selfish. Spirit would never say that, neither would I. Tennille, it is time now to start taking some time to build your dreams. And for some reason, I'm seeing things lining up perfectly for you to be able to do that in 6 months. Cowie, have a great weekend. Heather, have a great weekend. Anybody else who is leaving, have a great weekend. I'm doing the last reading now with Moonology Manifestations for my girl, KC. Then I'm going to do some yoga and my Bible study. You guys are so amazing. Thank you. Please don't forget to Blue Cross for I love you, love bug. Please don't forget to donate to PayPal or Cash App. It's how I make a living for now. Purchase Gone Mysterious Disappearances Volume 5 on Amazon, typing in Gemma Jade Books. If you want autographed copies, email me at gemmajadeparanormal@gmail.com. For any other correspondence, give me an email. If you live in the United States, we'll just text. Otherwise, email's good. Oh, I thought you were leaving. I'm sorry. I'm getting to that point. The point of drainage. You guys are funny. Andrew, you make me laugh. Whoa, don't do that. KC, you got new moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. That's interesting. Casey, big changes are forecast, but you need to let events unfold with as little steering as possible from you. Sometimes you just need to take a bit of space from a person or a situation. If you know you've been too emotional about someone or something, this card offers you the chance to cool things down. A rational, even slightly aloof assessment of your current circumstances is called for. Allow for things to develop. Try to think of your situation from a different angle. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to friends, networks, a wish coming true, science, tech, or online dating. Manifesting mindset. Be yourself. Independence doesn't have to mean loneliness. A group of people rather than one person may be the ones to help you. Your manifestation affirmation for the next 2 weeks. There is only me. It's safe to be me. And I love me. This is, again, me seeing a group around you that people that are close to you do not agree with you being involved in. We didn't get the chance to talk about this, but you did say, you won't believe what I got myself into, and, nobody understands it, just like the reading said. That is still going on. You are allowed to be independent of the people that depend on you and the people you take care of. It's kind of like what I was just saying to Lotus Girl. When is it time for Lotus Girl to follow her actual dreams? Right? It's never too late. Trust me. I started following mine at 37. Casey, I feel like there's something here that you really, really want to do. Some people in your life might not think it's the best idea, but you really, really want to do it. You want to do it so badly that you risk meddling and then making it not happen. Sit back, relax. Manifest the best for yourself. Take time for yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to ask anyone for anything. You're a strong, independent woman going through a terrible, terrible, grief-stricken situation. But a major change is coming in for the better for you, something you've been putting a lot of time, effort, energy, patience, love into. I don't know if it's a group thing. I don't know what this is, but I just hear people wah, 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 which to me is like they're nagging, they're complaining about this, but you believe in it so much and you want to see it work. But don't go overboard and go too crazy with it, because then you're going to stunt it and it's not going to move forward. A major change is coming. Be open to it. Don't fight against it. It's coming regardless of whether you want it to or not. Guys, make sure to donate. I love you all so much. Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, we're premiering Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel. I'm reading it as written in my newest book, Gone Mysterious Disappearances, Volume 5. If you need anything from me, Gemma Jade Paranormal at gmail.com. Hit me up. Text me if you have my number if you need anything. I usually don't work on the weekends, though. And just have a blessed, amazing, wonderful weekend and week. And I will see you next Friday. Good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.